The OK Show is live. My name is Iceman.
Rod Rodriguez here. Fell
It's a
asleep for a second there.
Thursday. It's a Thursday. It's a Thursday. It's a rainy Thursday. It's pouring down here in.
It's raining
in
here too.
Gifu.
Are you kidding me? It's
Like,
raining
really?
here.
It's been
It's
raining
raining
the whole
here.
day. It's been raining.
It just
the whole
rained
day.
like about 10 minutes ago, more or less 10 minutes ago.
I'm in central Japan. and
Patrick's on board.
somewhere in
So
Gifu. All right,
our
Patrick.
first member of the audience, Patrick.
What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, we're
Patrick.
talking about movies.
Yes,
Tonight
we
is movie
are. Yes, it is. It's movie night tonight. We're not watching a movie or anything. We're going to talk about movies. So if you guys have your list ready, if you don't have a list, go right ahead and come up with one. I mean, I don't know how many favorite movies you people have. I probably have I could probably name like maybe 3 or 5 as my all-time favorites. But if I had to choose just one, I also have just that one movie that I can watch over and over again. What is your favorite movie? I mean, don't tell me the favorite movie yet, Ice, but what is your favorite movie? Like, what's the favorite movie for you? Is it the movie that touched you the most? Is it the movie that you've seen the most times? Is it a movie you never get sick and tired of? Because for me, it's more of like, it's not a brilliant movie, but it's the movie that I can watch over and over, and I've seen over and over and over again, where I practically have like memorized most of the lines in the movie, but it's not really a brilliant movie. Like, it's not like a critically acclaimed film, but it's my favorite movie, and it's been my favorite movie since I was maybe 10 years old. So, you know, maybe 11, maybe 10 or 11 years old. It's been my favorite movie since then. So,
Goonies?
No. I was like, I like Goonies, but I wasn't that much of a fan of the film at first. But it's not even a kids movie. Oh, that's one. It's probably included in my top 5 or at least top 10, but it's not.
Titanic.
It's not. Nope. It's. I didn't see. Come on. I wasn't like 10 years old when that came out. I saw that at Victoria Plaza. I was like in college already then. What are you talking about?
You were on a
But
date?
it's a movie. It's a movie that maybe like your dad would like, or guys who hang out at billiard halls would like.
Oh, The Godfather.
You know, no. That's a deep movie. I saw that maybe around that age because my mom had a Betamax of it, but I never understood it. It was too long when I was a kid, so I didn't get it until I was an adult. But I will share it. You will share yours. But answer me first. What is, like, for you? What is your favorite movie? Like, if you think about your favorite movie, but don't share the title yet. If you think about your favorite movie, why is it your favorite movie? Is it because
I can't even pick? There's lots. It depends on my mood. This is how I approach films. It depends on my mood. There are times that I'm in the mood to watch comedy or rom-com.
Okay.
And there are times that I'm feeling, depressed, or I'm such in despair that I need to watch inspirational movies.
Fair enough.
That would like lift you up, because the movie is so depressing, but in the end they come out like successful or whatever, or they survive it in some ways.
At least like, at what age did you like honestly say to yourself, okay, I have a favorite movie? Because like I said, my favorite movie is a favorite movie of mine since I was like 10 years old. So this was like back when I wasn't taking life seriously, and I was like innocent, and I was stupid, and like my brilliant movie isn't really like a brilliant movie of an adult. But up to now, I am 47 years old. It's still one of my all-time favorite movies. If it's on Netflix or cable, whatever, I will watch it again. And my son, he's seen it. I don't think it's his favorite movie, but he likes it. He loves it. I've seen so many different like tribute like YouTube videos for this movie.
Right.
But I know it's silly, but I guess it has to be my favorite movie of all time, because it's a movie that I can watch over and over and over again, no matter what age, what mood.
I'll come clean. Ninja Kids.
Come on, seriously?
No, of course not. What are you talking about?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
I really can't pick. Even at the end of the show.
But is it a movie? The
movie.
choices that you have, is it a movie that you like? I know, but is it like a movie that you liked when you were in college or high school, or when you were working or married already?
Okay. Here's
or you were yearly young.
Here's the thing with movies. I have an aunt who's into films when I was younger.
Okay.
I was around elementary school, and they would watch
Okay.
Betamax,
Okay.
at my grandma's
That was the
house.
end thing back then. Yes.
And movies like Delirious, you remember that
Yes. Yes.
movie?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Three Men
Yes.
and a
Eddie Murphy.
Baby,
Eddie Murphy.
right?
Yeah.
Inner Space. These were the
Those are
movies
those are
I
good movies, man.
exactly, right.
For
So
someone like
I
you to be watching here in the Philippines.
exactly, you were probably in the States at that time, and
Yes.
my
These are
aunt
very
was
American films.
so into
Ahead.
these films,
She
and
was
so
so
I
ahead.
just got I think so, because she would rent all these films, and we would watch it with her. But I think at that point it was more of like, all right, these are interesting things. I probably didn't understand it at that time, but when I grew older, I watched them again, and they were actually good films. So it's more of like, because I have been exposed to like a relative who's really into films, because they would like do it on
Like a movie
on a,
buff,
not a
right?
daily basis, but they would do it over the weekend. So over the weekends, I'm at my grandma's, and she'd be there, and they'd be like checking out all these tapes they rented from
Mm-hmm.
like the video shop or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, those were the films that I remember, and um like Bruce Lee stuff as well. So it was more of like I came to realize that films have different genres, and like I can appreciate love stories, I can appreciate comedies, I can appreciate kung fu movies, I can appreciate anything. So up to this point, it's more of like, depends on my mood. There are times that I would like to watch like a sports sort of inspired film, and then I'm like,
Yeah, like what we
um
were talking about, like
yeah, yeah, like
you know,
Blindside
like
or Glory
lines
Road and
like
stuff like that.
was it Moneyball?
Moneyball as well, right? But
Yeah.
then there are
Okay.
times I'm like,
Okay.
oh, I want
So
to watch rom com. So
should we
I really can't
classify
pick.
it?
I
Okay. Okay.
don't
Hold
know,
on.
man.
So okay.
But
So here's the
I
thing.
have like I have a
A
film.
top
Okay,
five.
here's the thing. I have a film that I watched at the cinema straight 1 week. Every day I
Okay.
would go to the cinema and
Okay.
watch it.
All right.
So
At
maybe
what
I would
age?
pick that.
At
This
what
was
age?
around 15, 16.
Okay, that's decent. That's
Right.
mature enough.
15,
Like I said,
16.
my favorite movie of all time, I was 10. But it's not the best movie for me. It's not the best movie in
No,
terms
it's
of
not the
like
best movie.
production
It wasn't
values.
even
It's
that
not,
heavy. It was
but
probably like a
yeah,
sort of rom com or something.
yeah.
Right?
I have an
Oh, well,
idea of what that movie
probably,
I
but
think
it's not
is. I'm
really a
not
rom
sure.
com. But I watched it straight for 1 week. Like,
Is it
dude,
the
I
human
would go to
head?
the.
No.
No, 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 of
Is that
course
the
not.
human head weighs 8 pounds?
No, 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 no.
But that's one of your favorites, right?
One of my favorites as well. That I could
Yeah,
watch over
yeah.
and over again. If I feel
Because
depressed
when
and I
I see
feel like in
whenever I
doubt of
watch that
myself, I would
movie,
watch it.
I remember you. Whenever I watch a movie, I don't know for some reason. Whenever I watch a movie, I remember you because I
I love
think
that
you
movie. I love
mentioned
that
that.
movie.
Like whenever
Right?
you
Yeah.
play a song that Bruce Springsteen one, the Secret
Yeah.
Garden song.
Secret
I
Garden.
think
Yeah.
you mentioned that or something, right?
Yeah.
So and it's a good song and it's a good movie and it's one of my favorites. It's also definitely one of my favorites. The first time I saw it though, like I didn't quite like appreciate it as much as I saw it at a friend's house when we were drinking, and he was like, I was watching it, I wasn't watching it. But when you like really got into it, and I think I was around that time I saw it again, I was like, I was able to appreciate the film, and I think it is a man's rom-com film. As much as like Renee Zellweger steals a show, it's a mess. But we'll talk about that and the merits of our films. Okay, so since it's tough for you to come up with just one, we can come up with like maybe the top three or the top five, and then but we have to pick one, and that's the one that we will kind of like maybe go in detail about and kind of do a deep dive with, because that's like the one. And the one movie I'm going to talk about is the movie I'm most familiar with, because like I said, I practically memorized the entire film, because I've seen it so many times, and I saw it at a time in my life where it was the first time I saw a movie out of my own choice. It wasn't like I wasn't watching it with my dad, I wasn't watching it with my mom, I wasn't watching it with an adult. I literally brought a minion with me. One of those kids who would stand outside and go, Rodkin, pwede mo naman ng TV. The kid of our driver, my Lola's driver. So we watched that and we almost got in trouble because we got home like at around 6 p.m., which was already very late back in the 80s. And I think this was the 80s. Yeah, and like this was like before I left for the US. So it was like the last movie I ever saw in the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken. And it just stuck with me. And then I saw it in the US again on cable, and then it's just like it's still good. And then when I watch it now, it's still good. It's like it I think that's the mark of a good movie for me, is that it stands the test of time. Like you can watch it in any decade and it doesn't show its age. Because like movies like Independence Day with Will Smith, You know, was that Will Smith? Will Smith, and who's the other guy there?
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. Was it Bill Pullman there? Was Bill Pullman?
Bill
There? Was he
Pullman
the
was there.
president? Okay.
The president, yeah.
So movies like that, if you watch it now, like the original Independence Day, yeah, it shows its age. I mean, I don't know the effects, maybe the tackiness of it. You watch Chuck Norris movies, which every Filipino back in the 80s would watch because it's a Chuck Norris movie. It shows its age. But there are some movies that kind of, even some Schwarzenegger movies that back then like kind of blew me away. True Lies is still good. I still like True Lies, but it still holds up. But I don't know if I will include that in my top
Did I tell
five.
you that I'm going to kill you last?
Yeah. Right?
I
see?
lied.
See? Once you start quoting lines from the movie, that's one of your top films. Okay, so you do quote Rambo and you do a Richard Crenna impersonation, so you are a Rambo fan too.
No, Commando, that's Commando. Commando, that's Commando.
I know, but you're also a Rambo fan too, because you have, fan. You memorize Richard Crenna, man. You can't.
Here's the thing with Commando. Commando was like,
Alisa Milano, right? Alisa Milano.
I think so. She was the daughter there. Was she the daughter?
A young Alisa Milano. Yes. Alisa Milano.
I didn't even realize that.
That was the first time I saw a rocket launcher or something. Like he had like that RPG, whatever that was, right? The four,
I remember.
Yeah, that. Right. And he had that fight with
TV. There was like
always shown on TV.
An ad for it. So it was like, you know, like how back in the days they would show Metro Davao movie guide, whatever.
Yes. And I don't know when
they would like show the trailer. So it's like, so I've seen that so many times. It's like, and that's always the part where they show like, oh, I promise I'll kill you last. I lied. You know, it's like, oh, that was so funny.
All right. So we'll talk for nostalgia's sake. We'll also talk about movies that kind of made an impact when we were kids, but not necessarily our favorite film. But
true.
But we'll read
that's a good angle.
Right. We can talk about stuff like that, but it's not necessarily our favorite film. But it's just so funny for me because my favorite film is a movie I saw when I was a kid. CJ says Ford versus Ferrari really gave me the goosebumps and relit my love for automobile and related sports.
That film. I know it's a good one.
We should watch it. We should watch it. It's true story, right? It's based on a real situation that happened.
That's a disclaimer. Yeah.
True story. Matthew McConaughey and Christian Bale, I think. Was that? Was Christian Bale and Matthew McConaughey, I think, right?
Right.
Ford versus Ferrari. We should watch it. Okay, so we will start. Because I already know what my favorite movie of all time is. It's still kind of early. Let's talk about movies that made an impact when we were kids. We'll wait for Pinky to show up, then we'll do our favorite movie of all time. One of the movies that made an impact on me when I was a kid, really kind of like screwed me up a little bit, was The Never Ending Story. It really screwed me up. I saw this on Betamax. My mom brought a tape. Never Ending. Oh, no. I saw it on Betamax, but I saw it because my aunt, bless, the one who's based in San Francisco in the States.
You know what? Every time I watch that movie.
You've never seen it?
No, I've seen it. Every time I watch it, I haven't watched it from start to finish because every time
it never ends.
Hang on,
it never ends.
That's why it's the never ending story, of course. Speaking of the devil, and the devil appears in black.
Finally.
In black.
Okay.
She's the devil. Anyway. Yes, all right. Okay. So going back.
Hi guys. Welcome to my channel.
Hi, Pinky.
Hello. I have never watched the film from start to finish because here's the thing. We never we didn't have a TV back then. And we didn't have Betamax for sure.
Oh man.
So what happened was every time our neighbor would have a film showing in his house. Sometimes we're not welcome, sometimes we are. And every time we get there, it's like in the middle of the movie, or sometimes it's the ending, or sometimes we watch it from the start. But then in the middle of it, like my mom would call us like, hey, time to come home and clean the house or whatever. So I have never watched that story from start to finish. But I've seen bits and pieces, and it was, I think, one of the most interesting movies in the 80s for children. All right? So
you haven't seen it until now. You haven't seen the whole thing until now.
I forgot. I know there's a big dog, and they were like, it's a flying dog.
All right.
But that's all I remember. I don't recall, or I don't remember the story anymore.
Let me give you the run through why it screwed me up. But I'll just tell you, like, I saw it on Betamax. We did not rent it. I remember my mom used to rent stuff at, I think originally.
Hang on.
Yeah. Go,
Pinky, you know what we're talking about tonight, yeah?
Not sure.
Movies.
I just showed up.
But
I didn't even know that there was going to be a show tonight because I thought it was going to be like Wednesday.
Oh, yeah, she was, because she wasn't around for Monday. Okay, anyway,
we did the show because it was Monday. I didn't know that it was Monday. I thought it was like still Sunday. That's so stupid.
Okay,
of me,
we're doing the Thursday episodes now because Iceman does basketball on Wednesday. So we moved the Wednesday episode to Thursday. We're talking about movies today. Right. We're gonna share our top 5. You can share your. We haven't mentioned any of our top yet. Right now, we're talking about movies.
5?
Or top 3, whatever. Top whatever.
If you can't come up with top 5, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, we can only do a deep dive on one movie because we're gonna take up like the whole show. So we'll do a deep dive on one film, but we can do like a top 5. Right. But now we're talking about a movie that made an impact on our during childhood. So not necessarily one of our favorites, but it made an impact. So for me, The Never Ending Story. And Iceman said he's never seen it in entirety. I don't think he's ever seen the movie.
What?
It screwed me up because
serious?
I saw it.
You've never seen
exactly. I saw it on Betamax. My aunt, who's based in the U.S. Yes, Falcor Wells, Artax. Anyways, say my name, Bastion. But anyway, it screwed me up because I saw this on Betamax, and my aunt would record. This was before cable came to the Philippines.
Are
we
talking about the aunt who's our program director?
Yes, our program director.
Okay. Our program director.
She would come home every year for Christmas and bring something really cool. She was the one who brought us the Atari 2600. She was the one who brought us the Betamax player. Then she would come home every year and bring like several tapes.
Very good teacher.
And these are tapes of recorded movies in the US. And I was always wondering why it would have the intro HBO. And the music was like, tan, 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 tan. And I was always asking my aunt, Auntie, what's HBO? And she goes, it's a movie that you can watch at home. It's cable. I'm like, I've never heard of it. She goes, no commercials? She goes, no commercials. It's like, so I record it so you guys can watch these movies. You know, when I come home, she brings the tapes. So this was the first time I've ever seen HBO, and I've never like heard of cable except during that time. So this was the 80s. So she brought one of those tapes, which was Never Ending Story. I watched it. Now, what screwed me up about the movie was that the boy was escaping from bullies, right? So he ran into this. He stole a book from this old man because he accidentally ran into this.
Like, I remember that.
Right? Bookstore. Right. He stole a book with that snake insignia. And then he locks himself up in this like abandoned warehouse, something to hide from the bullies. He skipped class. Oh, no, it was at school. It was like an abandoned room in the school. He skipped class and he read this book. And as he was reading the book, he was becoming a part of it. And then they were mentioning his name and he was being a part of the story. And I was like, holy crap. Like, as a kid, I was around the age of that kid who played the role of Bastion, who was reading the book. I was like getting immersed in it. And it screwed me up because at the end of the movie, the princess, well, I don't want to be a spoiler here, but the princess was actually calling his name on the book. And the kid was like freaking out. I was like, how does he? And for me, it's like, because I would read storybooks when I was a kid. And I was always fantasizing about like, after seeing that movie, I was always fantasizing about the princess. No, I wasn't fantasizing. I was always fantasizing about like a book that would have me become a part of it. And eventually Dungeons and Dragons came out and role-playing games made it possible for you to kind of come up with your own story. But this was like, it blew me away. So for me, The Never Ending Story was a movie that made the most impact, along with Emmanuel.
You know what I always confuse, like I confuse these two movies a lot. Never Ending Story and
Emmanuel, really? Oh my god. Really?
What was that other film? What was that
Never
other
Ending
film?
Story? Goonies?
Yeah.
Was it Goonies?
No,
Goonies is a lot like Never Ending. Okay, not Goonies.
Oh man, the one with Jennifer Connelly.
Legend.
Labyrinth.
Legend is the one with Tom Cruise, right?
Yeah, with Tom Cruise. That was a weird film.
Yeah, that one confuses me with Labyrinth.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, Pinky, have you seen Lady Hawk? Rutger Hauer. Brilliant movie. Brilliant concept.
No. Have I? Who's in it?
Rutger Hauer. Matthew Broderick.
No.
It's a story of a guy who was cursed and he becomes like a wolf at night. And then his lady love becomes a woman, a person. But during the day, the woman becomes a hawk and the guy becomes a person. So they can never be together
that's pretty cool.
as both in human form.
What was it?
And Matthew Broderick, Lady Hawk.
Bawal na pag-ibig.
Yeah, I've seen that. Lady Hawk.
Yes, you've seen that. I'm sure you've seen that.
Yeah,
and Matthew Broderick was like
kind of popular back then.
Yes, Rutger Hauer
He was in Night Talks too with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. You see, I knew you like that stuff. I knew it. You're a Stallone fan.
I'm a Stallone fan. My dad was a Stallone fan. That's why.
I'm a Stallone fan. Big Stallone fan. But anyways, so Pinky, before we get to Iceman's childhood movie, what one childhood movie made an impact to you?
Childhood movie. I think Sleeping Beauty. It was like the first. Yes, that and Little Mermaid. Honestly, that and Little
Oh my
Mermaid.
god, it made an impact because of the
Yes.
songs. Okay, well, she was
Because,
young. She's much younger. She's much younger.
I think that was for a long time. That was our only VHS available. That was the only kids movie VHS that was available here at home. So like
Si VHS, VHS na si Pinky tayo, Betamax pa.
Betamax.
wala,
I
hindi ko na
know, right?
naabutan yung Betamax. O VHS na sa akin. Pero
Be
mas
kind,
nakakahiya nga.
rewind.
Yeah, Be Kind, Rewind. Mas nakakahiyang aminin na, I mean, inabutan ko pa yung VHS because, you know, I think VCD was like a thing when I was like 10.
Sleeping Beauty was okay. Who was scarier for you, Maleficent or Ursula? Because Maleficent creeps me out.
Yeah, Maleficent is like
Maleficent
creepy
scary.
evil,
She's creepy.
but
She's creepy evil.
Ursula is like sassy evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's got that attitude. But to be fair, I always rooted for the villains, though. I watched it for the villains. Honestly, I memorized.
The wonder made an impact on you.
Right.
I know, right?
Now you're evil.
Now I'm not
snoring. She doesn't even have a video. Look at her. She's the queen of darkness.
You know why I don't have a video? I've got like a towel wrapped around my head because it's wet. So I am not a witch. I'm a wizard.
Medusa. You're Medusa at night. You're covering up the snakes.
Well, when I saw the message, there's like a StreamYard link. I'm like, wait a minute, we have a show tonight? I didn't know. So yeah, I just clicked on it with like a towel on my hair. So that is why I don't have video.
So yours is Sleeping Beauty and Little Mermaid. You must have been like, what year was that? You must have been like 2 years old or something when that came out, right? Or maybe maybe you weren't even born yet.
Oh, not 2. Yeah.
Okay, what year were you born? What year were you born?
88. But Sleeping Beauty came out.
Oh
like
no,
in the
you
50s.
weren't born yet. You weren't born yet. No. When they came out on like tapes, because I remember my little sisters
definitely.
when with little sisters, that must have been around like 19. Yeah, that must have been around like 1987 or 86. They had the almost complete collection of the Disney tapes, like the licensed ones with the cover and everything. Because my dad was like a movie fanatic, and they were watching that. And I remember the songs from Sleeping Beauty, like I saw you, I danced with you once upon, and her name was Aurora, and Aurora, Princess Aurora, Briar Rose. See, and Maleficent becomes a dragon in the end, right?
Yes. And she has the best line there on your 16th birthday.
Yes.
On her 16th birthday. She'll prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die.
And it's creepy.
And the queen goes like, no. Yeah, see, I told you, I memorized the entire thing.
And they all become like, they were like frozen in time or something, and they all got cobwebs.
No, not really. They just slept.
What happened? They slept. Oh, they slept. They slept.
Yeah, they were cursed to sleep.
Kind of like Shrek.
So Iceman is bored.
Iceman's bored.
No. I was like, because you mentioned they slept, so I was like,
I bet Iceman's childhood movie, along with Emmanuel was a Scorpionites.
No.
The Boatman.
What do you mean the Boatman?
You don't remember the Boatman?
I don't know what the Boatman is.
Sarsi Manuel. Anyway, Ice.
You know what's really sad though? A childhood movie.
Hi to Jepoy.
Also really sad. Who's John? Oh, there you go. Land Before Time. Do you guys remember that? It's about dinosaurs.
Of course.
There are no
yes.
I flipping cried, man. I can't believe like they made children cry. I mean, dinosaurs.
Out there.
Wasn't the song
James Ingram? James Ingram.
Dionne Warwick.
No, it's Diana Ross.
Somewhere out there?
Hold on.
Wasn't it a duet? No, Somewhere Out There.
The Land Before Time.
If we hold on together. If we hold on together.
That's
I'm talking about an American Tale. The rat.
That's a completely different movie.
Because he said there are no cats in America. The streets are paved with cheese. That's an American Tale. Am I right, John? Was that an American Tale?
Diana Ross. If we hold on together, Diana Ross.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Somewhere out there.
John, you remember? In Assumption, when we have fiestas and whatnot, I think I watched The Land Before Time at one of the Assumption ASD fiestas.
Littlefoot. That was Littlefoot,
Littlefoot.
Right?
Yeah,
Yes,
I watched that at the audiovisual room.
Tree horns don't play with long necks. right?
Yeah.
Who was that? Who was that? Triceratops? The girl. She was
I
kind of
want
like
to
the
say,
bully.
is
Oh my,
she Sarah? Sarah?
Sarah. And then
Sarah.
there's
Yes,
Petrie,
a
the
peso ticket at
little.
the AV room.
Wow,
See,
this is old school
we
shit.
had that.
All
Littlefoot.
right.
There's Ducky. Ducky,
Okay,
Littlefoot,
yeah, Ducky.
Sarah.
There's Ducky.
Anyway.
Okay, John, where's this line from? There are no cats in America. The streets. Was that an American Tale? What's that? 'Cause it looks like it's American Tale, like Fievel. The one I was talking
There
about
are no
somewhere out
cats in
there.
America, and the streets are made of cheese.
What is that? Where's that from? What line is the movie from?
Um, uh,
Sounds like
an
an
American Tale. An American
I
Tale.
knew it. See,
An
that's the
American
one
Tale.
somewhere out there.
But
Somewhere
there are
out
no
there.
cats in America, and the streets are paved with cheese.
It's like
So
the
this is from
Russian,
American Tale.
the Russian,
Right.
not rats, but they're like mice. The Russian mice migrating to the U.S.
Man.
and they rode on a boat. They rode in a boat to migrate, and when they got there, they realized the harsh truth, which is there are cats in America, and they're like meaner. Well, not meaner than the Russian cats, but they had to go through a lot, and they were separated. And Fievel was alone. He had to survive. So basically, it's like a story of like the early immigration thing in the U.S. and the Statue of Liberty, I think, was in its early stages at the time. And it's just sad, depressing movie. So
Yes,
I'm
it is.
surprised
Most
John remembers
cartoons
that.
are. Most
That's true.
cartoons
That's
are.
true. Bambi was
Bambi, for
depressing. The
crying
mom
out
died,
loud.
right?
Come on, man.
Bambi was depressing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ice, what movie for you, childhood,
Childhood.
that made an impact?
Back to the Future.
Okay, that would screw you up. Yeah. Did you
Right.
get it the first time you saw it? Did you get the whole thing? Like, or did you watch it again as an older person and like realize so many things like you didn't realize when you saw it the first time?
No, I kind of got the whole idea of the movie because it was like about time machine and going back in time
Yeah.
and screwing up the the timeline and
God,
whatnot.
Oh
And
my god, that's
'cause
got to be one of my
I
favorite
also
films,
watched
too.
it. I also watched it at the audiovisual in Assumption, so I really had a great time
Yeah.
because like there was this song that he sang there, Johnny Be Good, and
Yeah,
I
the
sing
guitar.
that in my house because my dad has all these 50s and 60s tapes, and he would make us sing every weekend because like we would have this a singing marathon, like a karaoke, a -1 marathon for that matter. So
I'm trying.
so when he sang that song at at the movie, at that film, so it was like, wow, this is a really nice movie, and like it's all about like going back and like meeting your parents and whatever. So I kind of like got the whole idea.
Yeah.
It was like a
And like
really
changing
nice sort of
things, you might
fantasy.
screw up.
Exact-
You might actually
exactly.
disappear. Hey, that's why
Exactly, yeah.
you keep bringing up the Calvin Klein thing, right? Like I remember
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
bought-
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause
You
his name
remember it?
Like he was like,
Now,
oh,
let
like,
me
what's your
ask
name?
you.
Calvin Klein.
Let me ask you, do you remember when the band performed that Johnny Be Good and he took over and he played the guitar, which was I think it was like an Epiphone or like a Gibson, what was it? Like three something? Three.
I think
Anyway,
Gibson, yeah.
it's classic
And it was
guitar.
like,
I think it was a Gibson.
oh,
It-
you're not
that-
ready for it
Yeah,
yet.
John, am I right if it was the dream guitar of Red Shaw, the Gibson that he played there? Or it could have been a Rickenbacker. I think it was a Gibson. But anyway, there's one of the guys, one of the black guys who was a member of the band, called up his cousin.
Yeah, Chuck
you
Berry.
know that
Yeah,
was
Chuck
it
Berry.
Chuck?
Chuck
right?
Berry.
See,
Yeah.
see,
Chuck
okay,
Berry.
did you get?
Hey, Chuck,
Did
Chuck.
you get? Did you get that when you were younger? I didn't get that when I was younger.
No, I already got that because I told you I'm exposed to these
Oh, okay.
tapes.
All right.
My dad loves these
You're
songs.
ahead.
Beatles,
You're ahead.
50s,
You're
Jerry
ahead.
Lewis,
I didn't get that when I was a kid.
Chuck Berry,
I got that
Buddy
later.
Holly and stuff. So I was like, oh,
Earth
Chuck-
Angel, Earth Angel.
Yeah,
And
right?
he was like
So
looking at his hands.
That's
He was
that's what actually, like
I love that movie. That is a good movie.
sucked me into the movie because of the soundtrack, the songs there. So it was like, wow,
I
it's
didn't
really
like.
cool.
I didn't like Back to the Future Part 3. I never like really got into the
I
Part
don't think
two
I've
was-
ever
it's
seen
still
any of
okay.
the
Part
Back
one
to
was
the
the best.
Future
I
movies.
think part one was the best.
Really,
don't think
Binks? Come on.
I think
have
I've
not
seen
seen a Michael
bits
J.
and
Fox movie?
pieces. Like
No
when like
way.
you're watching stuff somewhere and like you're at a hotel somewhere and it's playing. I think so.
It's an
Or is it
ESP
Star
45.
Wars?
All right.
Yeah.
Binks
Not
has
a-
never
Pinky,
seen
you
the
have
Back
not
to the
seen Back to the Future?
I don't think
Never,
so.
she said.
In its entirety, no.
Pinks.
Watch it.
Serious?
Do the first one. Watch the
Yeah.
first
I've
one.
also never seen a single Star Wars movie.
Great.
So that says a lot.
You know
about the
my
Star Wars.
problem with Star Wars. My problem with
Fine,
Star
yeah.
Wars is I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. My problem with Star Wars is I get bored like in the middle of it. Like
Yes.
there's a like you right
Star
There's a
Wars
part- I
for me
memorize
is
it,
like Harry
I get
Potter.
bored.
Harry
How
Potter,
dare
Star
you,
Wars,
Ice?
they're
How
the same.
dare
I like
you.
Harry Potter.
I
I
always
can watch Harry
I
Potter.
always fall asleep. I'm like,
Star Wars, I get bored. Star Wars, I get bored. I don't know why. I'm just not a Star Wars guy. I know I like Star Wars, like but Return of the Jedi. Okay, that messed me up when I was a kid.
Hold on.
Return of the Jedi.
Is
Not Return of
Back
the
to the
Empire
Future
Strikes Back.
about that guy who goes back in the past with like the scientist
Blasphemy.
guy in a DeLorean? Right?
It's
Yeah.
Pinky.
Back to the Future.
Basically, you watch Rick and Morty. It's the
Hold on.
same thing.
Is it-
Except
is it-
It's not
Am
Doc
I
Emmett
thinking
and
about
Marty.
the-
It's Rick
Am
and
I,
Morty.
I also don't watch Rick and Morty, but
Oh my god, watch it.
is it
You'll
the
love
one where
it.
he tries to do his mom? Like
No,
Date
he didn't
his
do his
mom?
No, that
mom.
was not it.
His
He
mom-
didn't try to do his
his-
mom.
His mom made
His
a
mom
move
was
on
coming
him.
on to him.
Yes.
oh, potato. Yes, the same stuff. But yeah,
No, he did
No,
not
because
try to
here
do his mom. He
the
was like,
story was he tried
Uh.
to save his dad because he was trying to save his dad. He was the one who got hit by the
yeah. But the
grandfather's car.
his grandfather,
by his grandfather. So instead, supposedly it was the
why
dad.
is it
so
called
that-
Back to the Future when they're going back
Because
to the
at
past?
the end of the movie, they had to go. No. They
Back.
were in the past. They were in the past. He was stuck in the past. He needed to go back to the
Back
future.
to the Future.
Yes, that was the goal
Well,
of the
all
movie
right
because
then.
he was from the future, not from the future. He was in the present. Then he went to the past to by accident actually because the terrorists wanted the plutonium and
Right.
he thought Doc got shot and he ended up being in the getaway car and the getaway car was actually the one with the flux capacitor and he ended up hitting more than 88 miles per hour and boom, disappeared with Einstein, I think, or Einstein was left behind the dog and he showed up in the time period of his mom and dad first meeting.
What
right?
year? What year?
November 12 was it? November 20 was it? But I know wasn't it November? Was it
I mean,
November?
just give me the year. Just give me the year.
Oh, the year 1955.
2020.
Yes,
2021.
1955.
55.
1955. Yes, 1955.
What am I even guessing?
1955.
And the mayor in the present time was still a janitor at the time, right?
Yes,
Goldie?
yes.
And he's
Yes,
saying
Goldie.
someday I'm gonna be, and he goes, "You could be mayor." He gave the idea to Goldie.
Yeah.
He was
You could be
mopping the floor and said, "You could
Like,
be mayor."
I
That's
like
a good
that.
idea. Yes, that's right. That's right. Oh man, that's so brilliant. Like if you watch the movie again, you'll I don't think there's any more for us to get because I think I got it already because I watched it as an adult. But that's okay, man. That's a brilliant movie too. But
All right, Back
Empire
to the
Strikes
Future is
Back's
one movie broken into three. I agree with John. It's
Yes,
it's one
yes.
movie broken into three.
The
And it's
sequels
brilliant.
just
I
couldn't
love
do it. You think they would do a reboot? And if they would do a
No,
reboot,
they shouldn't.
who
they shouldn't.
should be?
No,
Okay,
you know what? They shouldn't, man. They should. I love Michael J. Fox. He's the
Okay, no,
perfect character for that.
Yeah,
Did you know
he
that they
is, he
started filming it because Michael J.
with
Fox
Eric
wasn't
Stoltz.
available
With Eric
with Eric
Stoltz.
Stoltz, but then
Eric
the
Stoltz.
director was just like, "No, it's not working out." After 3 weeks
No,
of filming, they were like,
Eric-
"No."
Michael J. Fox is perfect for that.
I know, right? It was
He
made for
kind of
him.
reminds me of you, man. The energy, like just
I mean,
quirkiness. And everybody wanted that jacket, right? Everybody wanted that.
I have that. I have that red. I have
the
that
red
red.
one, the
vest.
lifesaver. They
Yeah,
called
yeah.
it the
I have that one. I
Yeah.
have that. I always
You
wear
have
that during winter. No, I mean not the exact one.
Yeah,
but
but
I have
now
I have a collared red. Yeah, I think it's still downstairs. I use it every winter. I always like put it on, and I'm pretending like, oh, I'm like Marty.
I always wanted one. But
I have a
great
but
movie.
his
Okay,
doesn't
okay.
have a hoodie. Mine has a hoodie.
Okay, we're all fans of Marty McFly. Still no flying cars and hoverboards. There were hoverboards, just not flying. Patrick said, to be fair, I fell asleep in the middle of Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, so Rod is not alone. Yes. The thing with Star Wars is Empire Strikes Back screwed me up when Han Solo was like put in carbonite. Remember he was frozen in carbonite at the end and it was sold to like Jabba the Hutt. The end when he was like, I thought he was dead. Like this was Empire Strikes Back, the second movie of the original trilogy. And it screwed me up. So, okay. Your aunt says, Mary Beth says, Superman, Christopher Reeve. Superman 2.
I love Superman 2. Superman 2. For me, Superman 2 too.
Superman 2. Kneel before Zod. You know my favorite part there? My favorite part there was when he was bullied in the diner and he lost all his powers, right? Remember?
Right.
And he walked in And then this guy, and he was still trying to be a tough guy, like trying to get the seat from the diner, and the guy beat him up, the trucker guy. And then he came back when he got his powers back, and he beat that guy up, that bully guy. So because he reversed it in the what's the name of his home?
Krypton.
Yeah, well, it was supposed to be like Krypton, but it's like that home crystal place, Fortress of Solitude. The Fortress of Solitude, that was put up by his parents. Remember when he reversed the crystal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because he duped what's his name? Gene Hackman.
Luthor?
Oh, Lex Luthor. He duped Lex Luthor. He whispered to Lex Luthor that if I enter, I lose all my power and lose. And Lex Luthor obviously did. He squealed on him, and he thought it was the actual thing that Iceman, the Superman, was telling him, and it was actually the reverse. So he actually gained his power back, and General Zod and his minions lost their powers. That was a good movie. Pinky, watch that.
Those
Superman.
three
2.
villains,
what?
those three
Sorry,
villains were iconic.
Superman 2.
Even until now,
They're a new wave band. They're an 80s new wave band. Have you seen the meme? Have you seen the meme? If you don't know these three, you don't know the 80s. Like generals, like the three of them. And it says on the meme, if you don't know this band, you're not an 80s fan or something like that. You're like, and kids don't know. Like,
even the lady there was like, oh, I like how she played that lady villain there. Like she was
wicked.
And they were on the moon. And they were like,
and they were the same guys in the what's his name movie, the Cavill. It's the same thing.
Henry Cavill.
The three of them. The Henry Cavill movie, the three of them, General Zod, the lady, and the Bulldog guy.
Were they there? Are you sure?
That was that not the same actors, but the same characers. That was them. They were
not the same. Okay, not the same actors.
Not the same kind of storyline.
No, I love the original.
I love the original. I love the original.
Yeah, like I know.
I was gonna say,
the Henry Cavill movie's like nah.
Henry Cavill is like really, really good looking, but when you say Superman, it's still Christopher Reeve,
Yeah,
like
me too.
I don't think
nobody
the same way that when you
Reeves
say do you like Spider-Man, a Spider-Man, not Spider-Man, it's not a last
Everybody
name.
likes Tobey
Yeah,
Maguire,
but it's still gonna be like Tobey Maguire in my head. I don't care who the guy playing Spider-Man is now. But
okay, who's your Incredible Hulk? Who's your Hulk? I'm Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno, of course. Lou Ferrigno. Hands down, man. Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno. Whenever he transforms, right?
Yeah, I've been so disappointed with DC because they never. I mean, it's probably impossible to cast a new Superman? Because of Christopher Reeves. Because every time you talk about Superman, it's always Christopher Reeves.
I know. I mean, he owns that role. It's his role. It's him.
Yeah, like as Superman is really good. As Clark Kent is also really good.
Yes.
So
I know.
That's the problem.
He's a mumbling nerd, right? He's a mumbling
nerd. He's both good at both characters.
That's true. So that's true.
So I don't think.
But you know what, man? You know what messed me up, Ice? When I saw him with like a different hair in Somewhere in Time, that messed me up. That messed me up because I was like,
even with this other
role.
Yeah, there was like one movie I watched where he was a reporter. And it was like, oh, he's Superman.
Yeah, right.
Like,
he's Superman.
He can't play those roles.
As Superman.
He can't be weak. He can't be, he's Superman.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about our favorite movies now. Iceman.
Top
five, top three, and mention your all-time top one. And then for the audience, for the guests, for the people listening to the show, please share your list with us. We will read it. As well, of course, you're a part of the show.
All right.
So,
okay.
Top three.
Top three.
Top three. Let's make it top three or top five. Okay, and then you deep dive on your all-time favorite.
Oh man,
it's so hard. Okay, I'll just pick like.
I know it's hard.
Top five. I can't pick one. Just one out
of
the five.
I have so many things in mind.
Dude, we had almost a week to plan this. Come on.
I told you it depends on my mood. I know
it doesn't change. It's okay. We'll do another episode like a few months from now, and maybe you'll have a different movie.
All right. Okay. Let's see. All right.
Yeah, definitely this one. Also this one.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I'm going to think of them.
All right, I have to put. All right, okay, I'll put in Jerry Maguire.
Put a cartoon.
Jerry Maguire is like.
Okay, I love that movie.
My all-time favorite movie, right?
That is a good movie.
So,
that's a good movie.
One of my all-time favorite movies. So yeah, I'll put Jerry Maguire in. This was back in 1996,
This is so
I think.
hard.
Mhm.
So yeah, for some reason it was just sort of, like
Okay, I have my
it
list.
spoke to me.
I'm done. I'm good.
It spoke to me. Like,
Yeah.
man,
Good movie.
like it was about somebody who's
Career.
in
Well, like
his
got all
mid
messed up.
30s or early 30s. I think he was like 35 at that time, like his character. It was
You
like, oh,
remember
everybody,
his age? Okay.
yeah, because he was like
Wow.
the movie poster.
He was
It
a
says
sports
there,
agent, right? He was an
yeah,
agent.
he
He
was
was
a
a sports
sports
agent.
agent. It says there,
Okay.
everybody loved him, everybody disappeared. So that's
Okay.
what caught me. Like, wow, what is this movie? I'm all right, I'm gonna watch it. Because back then you can't watch the trailers. It's so hard to watch the
Okay.
trailers. You can only see those
I agree.
pictures outside the cinemas, right? And it's
I
like
agree.
Tom Cruise, and the poster looks so, I mean, it looks interesting to me. So it was like
Yeah.
it seems like it was calling me, like, come on, Ice, watch it, and I watch it.
Yeah.
And yeah, the story was about like having really huge success, and all of a sudden he got fired, and he
Okay.
needed to start his own company, and he took his secretary with him, or one of the secretaries of like the sports agent company. And it was,
Mhm.
yeah, it was like it was a really good movie. It was kind of like inspiring, after
Okay.
all the things that he's been through and whatever. It's like, all right, and he found love too. You know what I'm saying? Because like he lost his job, he lost his fiance, and she called him a loser. He punched him and gave him a black eye, right? Loser. I
Yeah.
am not a loser.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah.
who said anything about losing? Because he
I
didn't
know.
want to be called a loser.
That was so tense because they were like preparing for this convention and they were like setting up the tables and stuff. And that was when they were, it's like, and she pretended. She goes, "You're breaking up with me?" No, she was like, she pretended she was like hurt, right?
Yeah, like,
She was like, and then she punches him. She's like, "I am not."
Loser.
You know, and he was betrayed by his, like, what he thought was a friend. Was that Bert
yeah,
something?
his number one
that-
client. Number one client.
he stole his number one. No. His friend first betrayed him.
The
what's
one
his
he
name?
mentored. The one he mentored.
What's his name? The actor. Yeah, the actor.
Bob
What's his name?
Sugar. Bob
Yeah,
Sugar.
but his
Bob,
name. He's the actor's name. The actor's name.
What's his name? Hang on. What's
Anyway,
his name?
here, kind of. Yeah, he was young at the time,
Right.
and
I remember his
and
character name. Bob Sugar.
Okay,
So it was
that's
like Jeremy
Bob
Maguire. That
Sugar.
name is Bob. You know why I picked?
Yeah.
You know I remember Bob
I
Sugar.
Jay
love
Moore.
Peter McGooding. Jay Moore.
Jay Moore. The very
Jay Moore.
first name I picked when I joined Killer Bee was Bob Sugar.
Bob Sugar. Really?
That was the name I picked. I was like, oh, I'm gonna.
and at the end, you probably would have chosen Ari Gold, huh? If you were to come up with
But I
another
think-
name,
Well, Iceman was a better. I think Iceman was a better choice. It was Joe who actually like told me like, oh, I think it's better that you pick
I think,
Iceman.
yeah.
Like, all
but I
right,
like
Iceman.
Bob Sugar.
Iceman,
I
it
like
was-
Bob Sugar.
I was like, oh, Bob Sugar was like,
Oh,
it's
I like
easy
it.
to say. Oh,
It
Bob
rolls
Sugar.
off the tongue, yeah.
Bob Sugar, yeah. But,
So
like,
that's
all right,
that's your
this was
all
great.
time. That's your number one.
No, that's not my all time. Like
deep dive?
probably a number. Well, it's
Okay.
not. Well, it's at number 3 right now because if we have top 3, it's at number 3. But it's not
Number
even my
3.
all time.
So let's do top 3 because we want Pinky to be able to do her.
Well, give me your number. Like, well, who got like?
So number
okay,
2.
let's do number 3. Like, let's do number 3 first.
Okay,
like,
me.
all of us
Okay,
will start number
let's
3.
all do our number 3. Let's all do our number 3s. Okay.
Right.
To actually have 5, but I'll do my number 3. Okay. My number 3 is National Lampoon's Family Vacation. Or
What?
it's a tie with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, which I also like. Chevy Chase. Chevy Chase. I
Chevy-
just
yeah, I
love that.
thought so.
I never get
I
sick of that
thought so,
movie.
yeah. Chevy Chase, yeah.
Christy Brinkley in a Ferrari, like, and he was like
Oh,
winking.
man,
I don't know.
Christy
A lot of people
Brinkley?
say Chevy Chase is an
Oh,
a-hole
God.
in real life, but
That's what
I
they
like
said.
Chevy
That's what they
Chase.
said. Yeah,
They
it's
say he's
funny.
an a-hole in real life. I like Chevy Chase. I also like Steve Martin, so I like those old school guys, comedians. Chevy Chase, just National Lampoon. The European Vacation was funny as heck too, but the original family vacation with his a cousin, what's his name? Quaid, Randy Quaid, the cousin of his wife, I think, and the like the redneck cousins were like insinuating that they were like incest family relationships and stuff, and he keeps like borrowing from Clark because his name's Clark W. Griswold, and they just won that trip. And they were going to that Holy Grail trip to Wally World, which is like the Disney World, supposedly. And when they got there, it was closed. But they went through
Right.
hell to go on that road trip to get to Wally World. And I get his frustrations and everything, but it's just it's funny because it's like I saw it when I was probably in middle school, and it was a perfect time for me to watch a goofy movie like that. because it's about a family that, you know, he was like in denial. Like he was pretending everything was okay, even though everything was falling apart because he was so focused on getting to Wally World, the amusement park. And when he gets there, can you imagine his frustration when he finds out the picking place was closed for maintenance? So he buys a BB gun, and John Candy was a security guard. The late John Candy was a security guard.
Mhm.
He sticks him up and like kind of like forces him to operate the rides. And
open park.
And the owner, Mr. Wally, shows up, and the cops show up, and they're like, you know, he had to like. But anyway, watch the movie. If it's your type of film, it's one of two things. It's either you don't get Chevy Chase's humor, or it's freaking hilarious. For me, it's freaking hilarious, and I love all the National Lampoon movies with Chevy Chase. That's my number 3. Pinky, what's your number 3?
Okay, so before I go to my number 3, I actually picked 7. So I have runner-ups like Die Hard.
Oh my God,
I love Die Hard.
Die Hard, yeah, of course.
Die Hard's good.
When Harry Met Sally.
Oh my God,
that's also a runner-up.
You got me.
That's a runner-up.
That's my favorite movie.
And what was my other runner-up? There's also While You Were Sleeping. It's Sandra Bullock and the guy
I love
Bill
that movie
Pullman.
too. Holy crap!
And my other runner-up is Roman Holiday.
Hey, why are you getting
Why?
all the good movies as your runner-ups? What are your top 3?
Yeah,
I
know, right?
Worried now.
Those are my runner-ups. But if I had to pick,
The
because I
Holiday
chose
is-
my top 3.
Okay, hold on.
Not the
Hold on.
Holiday. Not the
We
Holiday.
can have a runner-up?
Roman Holiday with
Okay,
Audrey
Roman
we
Hepburn.
can have a runner-up. We can have a runner-up.
Yeah, you can have a
Okay,
runner-up.
my runner-up.
I picked like
My
4
runner-up
runner-ups.
is National Lampoon's Family Vacation. I have one runner-up.
Okay.
National Lampoon's Family Vacation. That's a runner-up. Then I'll have my top 3. Ice, what's your runner-up? Jerry Maguire? Jerry Maguire's your runner-up? You okay to have one runner-up?
No, 'cause I love Jerry Maguire, so I'll.
Okay, so
I
top
don't
3.
know.
Okay,
No, I'm not gonna
share your
throw in-
runner-up.
I have not.
Okay.
I love a lot of movies. So it's not a
Okay.
good idea to like throw in runner-ups.
Thanks, go ahead. Your number
But
3.
The list goes
My
on.
number 3 is an animated movie because I mean it wouldn't be my list without a cartoon.
Coco.
So my
Is it
number 3
Coco?
is no,
Coco.
no. I'm
I
not.
thought you were a Lola's
actually,
girl.
I actually haven't seen that Coco.
Coco?
I'm not a.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not a big
Prepare
fan of
the
the
tissues.
recent. I'm not
Prepare
a big
the
fan of
tissues.
the recent
Coco's
Disney.
different.
Coco, what's Coco?
movies.
Coco Chanel?
Coco is different.
Puffs.
Coco is different. Watch
My
it.
number
Watch it.
3
You will cry.
is.
Or
I don't know
Coco,
if you
Coco
guys
Chanel?
know this.
Which one is it?
What is it?
Anastasia.
Anastasia?
Oh, I know that.
Yeah,
The Russian.
the music is
Russian
really
Disney
good.
princess.
Yeah,
Russian, right?
Ah,
Russian.
well,
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
no question.
that's
Yeah?
that's
What's
that's
the
my
song?
number
Richard
3.
Marx
What's the song?
and who is
What's the song
Richard
at the
Marx?
beginning? Which one? There are like a
The
lot.
beginning. Hannah Lewis
Rumor
and
That's
in
from,
the
Richard
Woods
that's from
saying-
Anastasia.
Yes.
Yeah, that's from.
About
Of course. That's it. It
Oh,
has
that's
a
from that movie?
fantastic.
Oh man,
has
you're
a
giving me
fantastic,
goosebumps. I love that
soundtrack.
song. Oh crap.
Yeah, I love that song.
That's
I
my
love
Hey,
it.
Power 93
Tarzan had a
days.
good soundtrack.
Power
Tarzan had a
93
good
days.
soundtrack.
I don't know. Yeah,
Hang on,
Tarzan
what
had.
year was
Disney-
Anastasia? 1997 or 96?
Yeah,
97,
1990s, late 1990s. I think.
I think
yeah.
97.
I was
'cause
old enough
I
to
remember playing
so.
that.
Okay.
I remember playing their
Okay.
soundtrack in my first radio station, which is
Was
Power
the
93.
female singer there? The girl was saying, "I love you now and forever."
Yeah, Donald Lewis.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah,
Donald
Donald
Lewis.
Lewis.
Yeah.
I was there.
And Richard
I was there.
Marx.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's your number 3. Okay.
Yeah, because I mean,
What-
it's got such beautiful songs, and the history is there too.
does,
Although
it
it's not really
does.
correct, like it's not accurate. The story isn't accurate because we all know
It's
that
based
the
on like a
Romanovs
true story or a
died.
fairy tale.
It's
Is it
based on a true story about the Russian
Okay,
imperial
okay.
family. So yes,
Got it,
that
got it.
will be my
I
number
never
3.
saw it. Nice. Okay,
Yeah.
Ice, what's your number 2?
Okay, no, let's go to John.
Before we read yours,
list.
let's
All right.
do
I think John's saying like Shawshank Redemption, which is one of my favorite movies too.
That is a
Shawshank
good
was
movie.
like
Depressing though. Depressing.
Tim Robbins.
Yes, very depressing.
depressing.
Morgan
That is a
Freeman.
depressing
Morgan
song.
Freeman. Yeah. What happened to the librarian guy? Oh my god, that. just
Oh,
broke my
I
heart.
know. Oh man.
I know,
The
right?
guy, he reminds
Right?
me of Joe Pesci, the librarian dude. Oh my god, like,
Right.
that was depressing. Okay, so Usual Suspects, Kaiser
I
Soze.
know that's one of my favorite movies too. Usual Suspects.
I saw that movie. I saw American Beauty as well. I didn't really get them the first time I saw those movies, and then I saw them again. I'm like, okay, it's brilliant. It's good. So,
This-
all right, the Matrix trilogy.
I watched The Usual Suspects by accident. I was just like, "What's this? Oh, it's an English movie. I'll watch it." It was great. I was like, awesome.
Okay.
I mean,
Ice.
Benicio del Toro
Ice.
there was like really good.
What's your number 2 film? Because
My number 2 film.
if you don't if you don't mention this movie, I'm gonna be disappointed in you. All right, go ahead. What's your number 2 movie?
All right, number 2 is like Forrest Gump.
Okay.
All right, Forrest Gump. That's my number 2.
That's actually showing on Netflix now. If you guys don't know,
watch it so many times. But yeah,
it's
Run,
this guy
Forrest,
who like.
run.
You know what funny? What was funny? Because I saw like bits and pieces of that with Raj, and Raj was like,
life is like
is
a box of chocolate.
Papa, is it true? Did he really invent that? Papa, is it true? Did he really meet Kennedy? Papa, is it true? Raj was like, I so wanted to tell him, like, yeah, he invented the smiley, symbol, the smiley meme. Yes, but because we did eat at Bubba Gump in Greenbelt. There's a Bubba Gump restaurant in Greenbelt, and so he thinks that it's actually all real and stuff. I'm like, no, this is not owned by that black soldier friend of his who was diabetic. but good movie. But Ice, I want to know what your number 1 is.
Oh, it's
and it
raining.
better be okay. Anyway, my number 2.
That's probably not it, but I told you
My
I watched it for about a week.
number 2
I'm gonna pick that.
Oh,
I have so many. I love a lot of films, but this is
know.
just like on the top of my head right now. So I picked
got
Jerry
it.
Maguire because probably I'm in the mood for these things. I assume because why I don't know why I picked them tonight.
Forrest
But
Gump.
Jerry Maguire, then I have Forrest Gump. Then my number 1 is
Okay.
like because this one I watched
Don't tell
Number
me
one
yet.
again.
one straight week every day.
Don't tell me yet.
At the cinema.
tell me yet.
All
No,
right,
no,
Okay, don't tell me yet. So,
Not yet.
not yet. So I'm gonna do my number 2. Now,
Alright, your
my
number 2.
runner-up was National Lampoon's Family Vacation, right? So I can do another number 3, right?
Yes.
You didn't
Am I
mention
right?
your number 3
Okay.
yet. All right. Okay.
No, I don't think I mentioned number 3. My number 3 is Coming to America.
Oh,
I mean,
all
I
right,
want
yeah.
so much for
Yeah,
it
yeah,
to
yeah.
be number 1,
I just
but
watched it like
everybody's
3 weeks
seen
ago.
it.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's kind of like, it's like exploited already to the point, and the sequel supposedly wasn't that good.
there's a
My sister saw it on
sequel.
Amazon.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't see it. It's on Amazon, I think, or
McDowell's.
HBO something. Yeah, I didn't see the sequel, but they said it. Some people say it's not good. Some people say it's good, but it was meant for like, it wasn't meant to be like a big thing. But Coming to America, definitely for me, is a classic. So that will forever be there. So that's my number 3. But I'll do my number 2. Okay. Now my number
what's your
2,
number 2?
it's When Harry Met Sally.
Oh,
Now,
that's a good one.
I mean, I can't get over the Exorcist, baby. Give it to me, baby. When they were playing Pictionary things, right? When they were
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
Pictionary, and she was like, it's baby talk. The word was baby talk. But what's her name? Meg Ryan was like throwing a baby's mouth with like, and Billy Crystal was like going, Exorcist, baby. Like throwing up. He's like, give it to me, baby. And of course, the infamous orgasm scene. And
The diner.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
I love the movie because it stands for what I believe in, which is that a man
You
and a
can't
woman
be
cannot have a
friends. All right.
platonic
See,
relationship.
That's why.
they
That's why.
cannot
That's what I've
have
been
a
thinking.
platonic relationship.
Yeah.
And it proves it. The movie proves it. Like literally, they hated each
Yeah,
other
the
during
movie
that
proves
trip.
it.
Yeah, they literally hated each other during that trip, that road trip where she just hitched a ride, and they had that big argument about like he just said you can't, and then Billy Crystal said because sex gets in the way, and it exactly happened to them, and they ended up obviously at the end. I mean, I don't want to be a spoiler here, but it's just if you listen to the conversation in the movie, it was during the golden era of these talkie films like Big, which I also want to include on my list with Tom Hanks, Big, but I love that movie too, Big, but I'd rather go with When Harry Met Sally as my number. What number was that? Number 2. My number 3 was Coming to America. So I have my number 1. Iceman as his number 1. Pinky, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring.
All right, not bad.
Oh crap!
Like that.
I fell
movie too.
asleep too, but it's a good movie. It's a
Really?
good movie.
I don't
The
know.
first
I
time-
didn't fall asleep. It was quite
No,
long,
I don't
but
think
it was okay.
It is. It is.
No, I
pretty
don't think I
long.
fell asleep. But at the end, I thought it was like bitin. I was like, what the heck happened? Is this
Because
unfinished? Because I saw it on we saw it like on VCD or DVD. And at the end, all of a sudden they were like in the mountain. All of a sudden, it's like black. What the hell happened? We didn't see the whole picture.
Oh, you didn't read the books?
No, I didn't read the books. My
Oh,
sisters
alright
did.
then.
I never
Yeah.
read Tolkien. I was
Really?
like, never
Not
into
even.
that stuff.
Not even in school. Like
No, I did
forced?
not even. Pinky, I didn't even know that Dungeons and Dragons, which is a role-playing game I played when I was in high school, was actually a rip-off of Lord of the Rings.
Lord
A lot
the
of
Rings.
movies were rip-offs of Lord of the Rings. Willow, have you seen Willow with
I did.
Val Kilmer?
I did.
But
Yes,
that's a rip-off
Willow.
of Lord of the Rings, except
There's so
besides the ring,
many.
it was a baby. It was.
There's
There are so many. There are so many.
LOTR inspired ones. So yes, that's
There
my
are
number
so
two
many. That's
because
true. Okay, brilliant choice.
I made my top three a little diverse. Like there's got to be a cartoon movie and there has to be like an adventure film. So that's my number two.
Brilliant choice. Yeah, and I think out of the three, what's your favorite Ice?
Yeah.
Was it Fellowship? For me, it was like probably Return of the King.
Yeah, Return of the King is great, but
I did like Two Towers. The best battle part was like Return of the King.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
Well,
Fellowship of the Rings, I think.
They're coming out with a Gollum game, on the PS5, which is just about Gollum, like his adventures and stuff. I don't know if they're coming out with a movie, but yeah, it's my son's doing my son's doing like
so cute.
No, he's doing a streaming show with like a gaming, like they're on Discord or something. I don't know what it is, but anyway, they're on Discord, so ignore him. So
now. Children are so
Ice,
techy.
what's your number one movie?
Okay. All right. So basically, my number one for tonight. All right, because I like a lot of movies. I love a lot of movies, but for tonight, because we talked about it, like this is the film. This is the movie that I watch in a cinema for one straight week, like every day. I would go in. I would pay every. Yes, I did. I would go in every day. I would pay every day to watch it, and I don't even watch it once. Because back then you could stay
my number one movies like that too. I saw it many times.
So I just like I would stay there and watch it 3 times. I would go in at the round. I would walk in at the round 1, then come out at the round 6. That's that's how I love that movie. I don't know why, but
Balahibong Pusa?
No. It was actually 9.5 weeks. No, I'm kidding.
Really?
No. No.
Mickey Rourke? Was that Mickey Rourke?
No, Sherilyn Fenn, I think, was there.
No, that was Two Moon Junction. That's
a different one.
Sherilyn Fenn was Two Moon Junction. 9.5 weeks was Mickey Rourke and then who's the reporter in Batman with Michael Keaton? Oh my God, Blanchuk. Oh,
yeah, Big C.
LA Confidential. LA Confidential. LA Confidential.
Kim Basinger? Was it
Kim Basinger? Kim Basinger was I think Mickey Rourke and
okay.
So what is it?
It's the
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
No, not the American president.
Okay.
The American president.
Okay.
I watched it for one straight week. Michael Douglas and Annette Bening. Yeah, Michael Douglas, Annette Bening, Martin
Good movie.
Sheen. I love that movie. Up until now, I could still watch it and not get bored.
Okay, what was it about?
It was about him being a widower.
That's your number one.
Yeah, it's about him being a widower, and he was the president. And Michael J. Fox was there, mind you. So, that's what made me like the movie a lot.
Yes. He was the assistant, right? Wasn't he?
He was the speechwriter. He was the speechwriter.
Okay.
So he's in charge of the speech and whatnot. And he was like in the opening, like, why didn't you read the part with the handguns and stuff? And, oh, hey, Lewis. Yeah, his name there is Lewis. And, because it was real compelling because Annette Bening was a lobbyist who was hired by, what was it? An environmental lobby.
So she was trying to convince the president to like sign a bill or something, right?
Yeah. Her role was like, be lobbying for that for the environment, and she went in for a White House visit, and she was insulting the president, and she didn't know that the president just walked in, and she was like, just insulting him, blah blah blah, and then. All of a sudden, Michael Douglas was like, "Oh, let's beat him," blah blah blah. And he's like, "Oh, Mr. President."
Isn't that a love story?
It is a love story.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
And I stole his line.
No.
I stole his line because
is it a rom-com?
Go.
His line there was
the movie that Pinky's talking about was the one with Warren Beatty, I think. When they were supposed to meet on the Empire State Building. What's that movie? Was that a love story?
That's a love affair.
And then she got hit by a taxi. A love affair. Okay, that's the wrong movie.
But then I stole his line because it was about politics as well. I ran for president in my high school for the student government, and I lost. Then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a run. I'm gonna run for freshman representative, and when I joined, when I entered Ateneo, I was like planning on that. So I stole the line there. It was his line there was like, I don't know, like what one of Bob Rumson's line there was like, what's his name? Richard Dreyfuss. His line was like, "Oh, my
Okay.
name is Bob Rumson, and I am running for president." Yes,
Yeah.
and Michael Douglas in the end was saying, he said like, my name is what was his name there? Hang on here. President, like, my name. Yeah, what's his name? Crap.
Of
I
what?
remember Bob
Name-
Rumson. Hang on. American
My
president.
name is
American
crap.
president.
Andrew Shepard.
Andrew Shepard. All right. My name is Andrew Shepard, and I am the president. So that was his line there. Yeah. So when I ran for freshman representative, I would always use that in my speech. My name is
Did
blah,
you
blah, blah.
win?
I did win by a
Okay,
landslide,
good.
mind you.
It worked.
It was a
It
really
worked.
big landslide. Okay. Not to brag, all right, because I didn't finish my term. That's a different story. But when I ran and I won,
Drama.
my partner, my running mate
One.
came next to me. He
Okay.
won too, because there was like you have to choose two. He came next, but dude, I had like about like it was like 600 votes difference. That was like
Whoa.
600 votes difference, man. My
Okay.
partner, and imagine the people who were like below him. So I was like, wow, I felt pretty good about myself. But then I got this. Well, the story ends there. I won by like a really, it was a landslide.
So you actually really won.
Yeah, like I had a
Good for
really
you,
good
man.
speeches, and yeah, it was, I made it. He was my model there, the way he was like making his speech and whatnot. But whatever. But yeah, so that's like I said, I don't
Yeah,
know why I
number
love that movie, because it's like it was
Okay,
a love story.
I'm disappointed, Ice.
What?
You know why?
Why?
I was expecting Love Actually, dude.
No, love.
I was
see, love-
expecting
no.
Love Actually, dude.
Yes,
I was
it's-
expecting Love Actually.
No, I
Because
did
the
not watch
airport
it.
is a place where there's sadness and happiness. And you're a
Exactly.
guy who's been to airports. You've been sad, you've been happy. Come on.
Love Actually is in my all-time favorite list. It is in my all-time favorite
Thought
list.
it was
Love
your all-time
Actually,
favorite.
Notting Hill. It's all
It's
there.
such a good
But the
movie.
thing is-
I did not.
but-
I didn't choose
we
it
were-
because I knew you were gonna.
we were talking about like the movie that I watched one straight week.
Okay,
But then Love
alright.
Actually was the movie that I watched by
That's
accident
such a
too.
good movie.
I
Oh
went
my
to
God, that's such a
SM.
good movie.
The best
I went to
part about
SM.
Love Actually was the
I love
bit
that
where
movie.
Mr. Bean was like wrapping the present for Snape.
Yes,
Right.
he was
Remember?
taking his time.
Like he was like
taking
taking his
time.
sweet time, and
You know
Snape
why?
was like, "Oh my God, can you hurry up?" But yeah,
Yes,
that
yes.
was
Love
the
Actually.
best part.
One of the best parts was when Rick was showing the line,
Yes,
his feelings
that
for.
part.
Eh,
I
That was
thought that was
Rick,
a
right,
little
from Walking
dirty.
Dead. That was.
I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thought
everybody
it was a bit of a dick move.
No, because
honestly.
everybody thought he was gay.
Yeah,
everybody thought he was gay.
Well, yeah.
But
But
no,
he
I
was
saw it
actually
coming.
in love.
I saw it
Oh,
coming.
you did?
I saw it
You-
coming.
okay.
I saw
Yeah,
it coming.
I mean, it's pretty
I thought it
obvious
was
that
the
he
lady.
I
always
love
had a
that
thing for
movie,
her.
man. That movie's so good, but I did not include it on my list because Iceman, I know he's his favorite.
No, Love Actually.
Okay,
see,
so
because it's a feel-good movie. It's not one of those movies
It
that I'm like
is.
every
I got it.
I watch it every year. Every time it's almost Christmas, like especially
it's
I
an
would
awesome movie.
5
It's-
weeks before Christmas I start watching it.
It's like Home Alone for adults. You know, like when a kid watches Home Alone to feel Christmassy, you watch that movie. British people are so good at making movies, right?
Yeah,
Right?
it's like a
If you
magical
love
thing
Christmas.
that they
Brilliant
they're able
acting.
to.
You know,
Everybody was
Hugh
great
Jackman,
there.
Hugh Grant
Hugh
was the prime
Grant.
minister. I mean, it was like, oh my God, it was so good. It was such a good movie. I mean, it's such a good movie. Watch Love Actually, guys, if you haven't seen it. I know it's not on our list, or maybe it might be on Pinky's. Okay, my number one. I don't even have to like give you the time. I'll just play like music from the movie.
You can't, right?
Oh shoot.
no,
shoot.
you
Oh
can't.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Rap. Okay, dang it.
This is why
Oh,
I am the
man,
voice of
that
reason,
sucks.
people.
Shoot, I was gonna get in trouble. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll just give lines from the movie. I must break you. If he dies, he dies. It's an exhibition. It's a term exhibition.
The
He eats
Godfather?
his spinach every day.
No,
No, he's like Popeye. He eats his spinach every day. Where's the
it's
fight?
always a
In
Godfather
Russia.
for men.
When is the fight? Christmas Day. How much money is at stake? It's not about money. No money.
I don't
Ding,
know
ding, ding,
what
ding,
movie
ding,
that
ding,
is. Do you know?
Ding, 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 ding,
Rocky?
ding, ding, ding. Rocky 4.
Rocky? It is really?
Drago. Ivan Drago. Oh my god, that's my favorite movie of all time.
Well,
Never a dull moment.
That was a really wild guess. I should have thought,
Pinky, you're
like,
good.
No,
If he
Pinky?
dies,
Come on, Rocky.
dies.
No,
I must
dies.
way beyond, any of my interests, actually.
you know, in almost every Rocky movie, somebody dies. The first one was the Oscar award-winning one, brilliant acting, blah blah blah. But Stallone was fat, and it was kind of like more drama than anything. Two, it was the first time that he actually got fame because he fought
Mr. T.
Apollo Creed, beat him. He fought Apollo Creed, beat him, and became a champion. But they became best
Hang on.
friends.
So, okay, the first Rocky
Three.
was like who did
Three
he
was
fight the
Mr.
first one?
The first one was Apollo Creed, but it was a draw. They both like fell and they both got counted out. So, but he was like just like a replacement fighter. Like nobody gave him a chance because he was just this loser guy on the streets. But he was given a 1 in a million chance.
Rocky 2
And
was
the
still
champion
like
was
Apollo Creed?
Rocky 2 was Apollo Creed, but he won. Rocky finally won. So he won the championship in 2. Right? He won the championship in 2. And they became friends. 3 was where they really became friends because Mr. T came into the picture. Mr. T was like this jerk, and he was like, and Apollo Creed. But that was one of my least favorite because Mick died. His trainer, Mick,
died.
He died because he suffered a stroke because he felt so bad. And Rocky lost the fight, lost his championship to Mr. T or Clubber Lang. And when he went to the locker room, Mick was dying, and Mick was like, "Did you win?" And he had to lie. And he told Mick, "Yeah, we won." And he was crying, and Mick died. And he just couldn't tell Mick that he lost because Mick was dying. And then Mick died, and he lost the title. So everything fell apart. So I did not like that Rocky 3. It was depressing. But he won. But in the rematch, and he beat Clubber Lang. Rocky 4, on the other hand, probably the worst because Apollo Creed died. But at the same time, it was like for me, I think of all the Rocky movies, it was the most action-packed. It was the least boring. Bridget Nielsen was there. It was about the Cold War. It came out in 1985. This was the time when Gorbachev was the Russian leader and Reagan was still the president. And we were all thinking like one push of a button, there would be a nuclear war. That's why it was called the Cold War, because it was a war, but it wasn't really like happening, but it could like happen at any time. And Stallone came up with that movie. And, for him, it was like there could be peace. And when they fought in Russia and he beat Drago, who was unbeatable and who was supposedly taking steroids and like, illegal means of being big. And the Russians applauded him. It was like for him, he was spreading world peace. But I was like 10 years old when I saw that movie. But I freaking love that film. I saw that movie maybe 3 times in theater, and I went watching it as a kid. I don't know why they let me in. I don't know if I was rated PG or what. If there were ratings back then, but I saw that movie. I came home in our Bakaka home, and it was already 6 p.m. So it was dark, and I didn't even take the tricycle because I was so worried that the tricycle would take so long because the tricycle doesn't take off until it's full, diba? Diba they wait? The tricycle has to be puno before mo larga. No, but I didn't have money then. I wasn't thinking about
then.
At the time. So we had to walk from Garcia Heights from JP Laurel, Durian Hotel to like our home in Bakaka Road. And when we got home, we could see the inside of my house. The light was on already. They were already preparing the plates for dinner. And I've never been home that late. And I was like, holy crap, I'm going to get in so much trouble. But my mom wasn't home yet. And I just told my Lola I was at the other house within the compound. So she fell for it. But I did see the movie again twice. And then in the US, I saw it many times. And here, I saw it a couple of times on cable, back when we had cable. And I memorized the freaking movie. And I just love it. And this was when he was married to Bridget Nielsen, who was still hot at the time. And she was the wife of Drago, who is Dolph Lundgren, of course.
Right.
And if you didn't know, Dolph Lundgren played this dumb, bumbling, muscular dude. He's actually he's a chemical engineer, I think.
Yeah.
And he is super smart. I don't like he has a lot of engineering degrees. And he's super smart.
He has a master's or a PhD.
Yeah. He's super smart. He is super smart. But
he received a Fulbright scholarship to MIT and moved to Boston.
He's a genius.
He has a master's degree in chemical engineering, for crying out loud.
Chemical engineering. I was right. So you can't go to MIT unless you're like, super brilliant.
Brilliant.
And I saw that movie, and the soundtrack was just, it blew me away. His training montage in Russia. He went to Russia to train. He went up that snowy hill. He got on top and he goes, Drago! Drago! It was just so, oh my God. I'd play the soundtrack if I could. That's my number one movie. I know people watch it, they go, this is a stupid film. But I grew up during the 80s. And people were watching Rambo, Rocky, Commando, Predator.
Speaking of Predator, I have a friend who keeps saying, dito god sa may lanang dool sa Lakeshore Drive. I'm like, what the hell is a Lakeshore? What's a Lakeshore? Asa na pita Lakeshore? Lakeshore. Jeez, Louise. But anyway, I digress.
Okay. Well, in fairness, I had a friend who, when we were at KFC, he said, "Bay, kulislaw lang ako ah." What the heck is a kulislaw? Kulislaw, hear me calling.
Again, can't sing.
No, I'm kidding.
Shouldn't sing.
Kulislaw. Creed. You know what? The funny thing was, I've never seen any of the Creed movies.
Oh, no.
Me too. I have not seen any Creed movies.
I've not seen any of the Creed movies. I saw up to Rocky 6. I saw the one where he
There's a Rocky 6? Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't like it anymore. He became broke again. Adrian died. Paulie died.
You're a Rocky fan, yeah? You're a Rocky fan, Rod?
I'm a hardcore Rocky fan, man.
All right, hang on.
Hardcore.
Rocky fan.
What?
Right.
Hey, you better not get copyright, whatever here.
No, it's not copyrighted. Don't worry about it. Like, all right, okay, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, you're gonna show me his big stomach.
Rocky.
His big stomach, right?
What?
His big stomach, like he has a big tummy now. That's for a movie, dude.
I have a Rocky here in Japan.
Oh, that's a Pinoy movie.
No.
What is that? Right. Rocky the food?
Can you see it?
Is this? Is that your daughter?
Hang on.
Is that Snow? Oh yeah, she's run. You should have made her run up the steps in Philadelphia or something. Oh my God! It is Rocky. Where was this in school?
Like it's the park nearby, and every time she would always come to me and say, "Papa, let's do the boxing. I want to do the boxing." What
really?
Boxing? Let's do jogging. I want to do the boxing.
She's seen the movie?
Yeah, well, yeah, because we watch it on YouTube.
The cool thing about 80s movies was they always have the memorable soundtrack. Like Rocky has that and the Eye of the Tiger. Running up, locked in the streets, they don't take a chances. That's also from Rocky. Karate Kid. You know the songs from Karate Kid? Believe it or not, time popping on here.
No, of course not. This guy's full of S, man. All right. Okay, what about somebody's mentioning Ghost. Did this make an impact in your life? Ghost?
Oh my God, Ghost was a good movie.
Yeah, I know.
I love that movie. I love that movie too.
John, remember?
It's got to be my top. That's in my top 10. I remember that. Pinky, have you seen Ghost?
We were in 5th grade, John, when this was.
It's Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. Right?
You know his name there? Sam Wheat. You know what song he was singing? Sam Wheat. You know what he was singing through the Aura May something? He was to keep her awake and to make her agree into going to Demi Moore to like tell her that he's a ghost and he knows about what happened and who killed him. Right. He was singing Henry VIII I am, Henry VIII I am. The first, back to the first, Henry VIII I would keep singing, and Oda Mae Brown was like, okay, I agree, I gotta go, I'll visit her. And then he goes to Demi Moore and starts telling her details about their intimate relationship that no one should know about. But Demi Moore, of course, doesn't believe that, Sam Wheat is still alive and that he's a ghost and that he can talk to her because she's supposed to be like a scammer, right? Wasn't she a scammer?
She was supposed to be a scammer.
I was going to say Whitney Tyson, Whoopi Goldberg's character.
Whoopi Goldberg.
She was a scammer. But in this case, it was real. She could actually really hear Sam Wheat's voice. And Sam Wheat was like, you're my ticket to solving my death because I was murdered. This was not a mugging. I was murdered. And so she convinces Demi Moore, and eventually the freaky thing was he enters Whoopi Goldberg's body and starts getting intimate with Demi Moore. But they show it as if it's Patrick Swayze, but it's actually it's actually Whoopi Goldberg possessed, and they're like playing the song, "Oh,
Unchained
my
Melody."
love, oh crap! You know what? Another movie I like, which
What?
people will say I'm so like feminine for liking it and loving it.
Well,
Pretty
who
Woman.
cares?
One
Just
of my
like it.
all-time
Oh, yeah,
favorites.
man.
Pretty
Good
Woman.
movie.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good movie.
Even my dad loves that movie.
Damn, that's a good movie. Oh my God, that's a good movie.
My
The
dad
hooker
loves
with the heart
movie,
of
and he
gold.
loves this song. Pretty
God, that's a good
Woman.
Who wouldn't fall in love with what's her name? Julia Roberts in that film.
Julia Roberts?
She was so perfect in that movie. I mean, heck, I fell in love with Richard Gere for crying out loud.
Richard Gere looked really cute.
No, I'm more
in
of a
that film.
Notting Hill fan. I'm more of a Notting Hill fan.
Really? Pretty
Yeah.
Woman.
You like the
for me.
bumbling British guy,
Yeah, of
aka Hugh
course.
Grant.
I
I
like
love
Pretty
you.
Woman.
I love you, Grant.
I'm
In
just
all
the
his
girl
movies,
standing
I
in
love
front of
him.
the boy, asking him to
Yeah,
love
even
her.
music and
Yeah.
lyrics. He was so hilarious there.
Okay,
I
how
just
far
found him here
apart? How
2 weeks
far apart
notice.
were those two movies? Pretty Woman and what's his name? Maybe 5 years? Notting Hill? Maybe more than
No.
maybe 10 years?
No.
Maybe
It's
10 years
a long
apart.
time.
Pretty Woman
Pretty
was
Woman
like,
was like
what,
80s.
80s? Yeah,
80s.
90s. Let's say 90s.
Julia Roberts aged well, huh? Because she was still in My Best Friend's Wedding. She was
About
still in
10
Runaway
years.
Bride.
Right. Runaway
Right?
Bride.
Oh, Runaway
didn't
Yeah,
look
they were
that much-
together in Runaway Bride. Julia
Yeah,
Roberts
she didn't
and
look
Richard
that much
Gere.
older. She didn't look that much older.
Same cast,
in
yeah.
those movies.
Same
Yeah,
lead.
yeah.
Richard Gere, Julia Roberts.
She was in
Yeah,
Conspiracy
Runaway
Theory. I
Bride.
think.
True.
Runaway
Yeah.
Bride, yes.
Oh, I
Then,
love
My Best Friend's
Conspiracy
Wedding.
Theory.
Notting Hill.
Yeah, she was in Conspiracy Theory.
Erin Brockovich.
But I love, but I love Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman, man. I love David Alexander. Was it David Alexander, the jerk there?
Jason.
The jerk friend.
Jason.
Jason. Yeah, from
George Costanza.
Seinfeld.
George
From
Costanza.
Seinfeld. Yeah, he was such a jerk there, wasn't he?
Yeah, he
was like,
and he played
Yeah,
it
I love
really
him.
well too.
I love that scene where he thought she was doing drugs in the bathroom.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
she
he was
goes,
freaking out.
It was
Yeah.
a floss. She goes,
Yeah.
floss. You got to take care of your teeth. So it shows that even though she was like a prostitute, she practices good hygiene. And I think he was the first customer, wasn't he? Like he was trying to drive the Lotus, and he was like, anyway, I love that movie. Okay,
that's
so
good
let's
to
talk
know.
about Borgie. Oh, Borgie, a new member of the audience.
Right, yeah. Okay. Before we
Borgie,
go to
go.
Borgie, we have Jong's one of the movies in this list. Man of Honor, Cuba Gooding Jr. and Robert De Niro. I think I've seen this movie.
Oh, man.
Is this the one?
What is it?
Is this about the diver, the black divers? Is it John? I think it's about
Man
the
of
black
Honor.
divers. I think Man of Honor.
What about
you know-
Goodfellas? Anybody like Goodfellas? It's such a good
Of course,
movie,
I
too.
do. See, it's like
I like Goodfellas more than the Godfather and Scarface.
All
I
right,
like
okay.
Goodfellas more.
Say hello
Okay.
to my little friend. I love Al Pacino, man. All right,
Scent of
see,
a
yeah,
Woman.
that's the one. Right. Okay.
Scent of a Woman. That's a good one.
Right.
Devil's Advocate. That screwed me up too. Especially
Right.
when Charlize
Right.
Theron went naked in the church. Oh,
Crap. Holy crap.
Best scene. I had to
I'll
pause
show
that.
you out of order.
Speaking
Yeah.
of films that messed you up, did you ever watch Perfume, the story of a murderer?
Nope.
No.
It's like this
What is it?
2000s film, and it's this guy who bottles scents essentially. That's a weird film to watch.
Was it like a French? Was it like a European movie?
Well, I would say it's European. Yeah, probably. Yeah, sure. I think so. I mean, I remember Snape
Okay.
being in it, so you got to watch it. It's
So
a weird film.
Oh, did you
Borgie
know
has
that- all right.
Yeah.
Okay,
go.
Borgie. Let's go to
Go,
Borgie.
guys. Yeah,
Let's
let's
get a
read
pick
Borgie's.
from my childhood
letter.
days. Honorable mention. Child's Play. All right, Chucky.
Land
of
Before
course.
Time.
Land Before Time. Small
Small
Soldier.
Soldier.
Anaconda. Jennifer Lopez. Oh my God. Yeah, of course.
The first one,
Waterworld.
right?
Are you serious? Waterworld. Oh my God.
That was like Mad Max in water, right?
Right.
was
They were
like
trying to make that.
Basically Mad Max.
All right.
Yeah.
The
The
Iron
Iron
Giant.
Giant. Okay.
Tremors.
That's a movie, sad movie.
Reminds you of
Tremors,
someone.
Nightmare Before
Right,
Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh,
The
that's good.
Mummy
The
one.
Mummy.
I love the Mummy one.
Yeah, the Mummy was pretty good, the first one.
La
But I
Bamba, of
prefer-
course.
But I prefer National Treasure. For some reason, I like National Treasure. I don't know why. But
I love
like
both. I love both. I like
I
both.
like-
Right.
Yeah,
La Bamba. This is Blue Diamond Phillips of course.
Yes. What's the song? What's the song, Ice? What's the song?
Let's go, let's go. Well, laba laba labamba, yeah, of course. But I love the "Come on, let's go." Well, come on.
What about
let's go,
what's the movie
let's
about the
go.
Oneaters? Remember the Oneaters?
That's like the Oneaters. That thing you do.
That
That's
thing
That thing
you
you
I like
do?
that too.
That's a good
That thing
movie
you
too,
do.
right?
That thing you do. Right.
Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. Yeah.
Tom
The
Hanks, yeah.
Oneaters. Okay, La Bamba,
the
Face
Wonders,
Off,
yeah,
good
Face
movie.
Off. Balto? It's
Balto?
Balto.
It's about
Is
the
this a
dog,
Filipino film?
right?
Is it Balto or
No.
Balto?
Oh, it sounds like I think it's a dog. I think Balto is a
All
dog.
right.
It's like
I
this
don't like
movie
Back
about a
to the
dog.
Future.
Back to the
Predator.
future. Predator?
Predator. Okay,
Predator
why is
what?
it called? Why is it called Predator? Why is it called Predator and not called Terminator? Okay, why is it called Predator and not called Terminator? Why is it
Right.
Terminator?
Why do we
Why is it
say
not-
why do we say breakfast and not breakfast? And we say fast break.
Why do we say?
Yeah.
Where do we say Garcia Heights instead of Garcia
Oh,
Heights?
it's a fast
right?
it's a fast break. Oh, I'm having breakfast. What the heck, man? Come on. Right?
It should
Garcia?
be breakfast, right?
Eddie
It should be
Garcia.
breakfast. Yeah.
Step
All
on the
right.
Predator
brakes.
and Terminator. Step on the brakes.
Next should be movies in your teens and adult years. All right. we'll get
Next
to
should be-
that.
Oh,
Next episode.
Can't Buy Me Love. That's a good movie. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's talk
Buy
about
Me
teen movies.
Love.
Next
Okay.
episode. Next movie.
Hang on.
Okay.
Where is it? Like, somebody mentioned something.
Patrick said, the perfume guy kills virgins and makes sense out of them.
Yeah.
What about
he
the-
makes
what about the
perfumes
teeth?
out of them.
Was it called
Yeah,
the teeth
and
things?
even John
woman's-
agrees. It's
No.
it's a weird one.
It's a
Perfume is
weird
really
film.
weird.
Well, I
You
think we
watch
never
it
saw
Vince,
that. I
start to finish. No,
You,
like
you
with
have to
my
watch
mental,
it. It's
my
very
mental
weird.
health condition right now, I don't think I can watch that.
You know what's weirder? Teeth. Was it teeth? That woman's like
Yeah,
her vajayjay. Her vajayjay has teeth. Yeah, the teeth.
yeah.
No, she was like raped or something, and she wanted revenge, and her thing has teeth.
I don't know. I've not seen that,
Right?
but I read
Her
it somewhere.
vajayjay has teeth. Google it. You don't believe me?
See, the
Google
teeth.
it. I'm not recommend you watch it.
Even
But
John knows
teeth-
about it.
No, that's weird. I can't get any
Yeah,
weirder than
that's
that.
weird.
You know, that's
All right,
weird.
okay,
Her vajayjay has
Armageddon.
teeth. Okay.
Don Alfred, Miko. All right, DJ
Made me
Miko's on.
cry, especially
board,
when
right?
when
Okay.
the boy saw his dad, and the boy said, "Mom, it's the salesman on TV. No, that's your father." Hold on. Who was the dad? Was that Okay, who was the dad?
In
Was
what?
that Ben Affleck? In Armageddon, that's your dad, the salesman on TV. Okay, was that Ben Affleck? Don? Who was the dad? That was. I'm trying to remember because they all had like issues, like Liv Tyler was like dating Ben Affleck, and Ben Affleck was like with what's his name, Bruce Willis, and then Bruce Willis sacrificed himself so that Ben Affleck can go home and be with his daughter. Or was that Pearl Harbor?
The other guy. Who's the other guy?
I mean, bro,
It's all a
Pearl-
jumble now.
the Pearl Harbor and Armageddon are both like, Bruckheimer movies, Jerry Bruckheimer, all have that same cinematography where like everything's a freaking trailer.
And
Like-
they have
Oh,
the same
crap.
color scheme. It's all like the posters,
Yes.
like CSI Miami.
Orange.
It's orange
It's all
and yellow
orange.
and white.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a Jerry
I forgot
Bruckheimer color scheme.
another one of
Okay,
Another
Dylan
one of my
Christopher.
favorites.
That's Dylan Christopher
guy?
as Tommy.
he was
Yeah,
the
the sale,
dad? He was
like
the
yeah,
dad?
Tommy,
Okay.
Mom, that salesman's on TV. No, that
Oh man.
that man's not a
Did he
salesman. That's your
die?
daddy.
Did he die? Did he die?
I think he did. I think he did.
Oh crap! But they were heroes. Okay, another one of my favorites I didn't list: Top Gun. I mean, I know it's a cheesy
Oh, yeah.
choice, but Top Gun
Yeah.
is just so good. It's a good movie. It aged gracefully. So I'm so pissed that Maverick was not shown or hasn't been shown yet because I wanted to watch that on IMAX. Damn it.
Will
But
Patton.
Black Widow is coming soon if you have Disney Plus, which we don't because we're in the
It said
Philippines.
it wasn't
but-
that good. I don't know. Some people
Yeah.
said it wasn't that
Is it out?
good. I don't know. Somebody
I don't know. I'm a sucker
one
for
of
like
our
Marvel
co-act-
films.
actors, I think. Or I think like an act. Okay, Interview with the Vampire was good. Interview with the Vampire was good.
Well,
um,
yeah, not so bad.
I think it
Yeah.
was good. Interview with the Vampire, right? It was good, right? Right?
Yeah, I
Interview
watched
with the
that.
Vampire.
It was okay.
God, what else?
Brad Pitt was there.
Dracula.
Tom
Bram
Cruise.
Stoker's Dracula. That's a good movie.
Bram Stoker's
Bram
Dracula?
Stoker's Dracula was a good movie. We know the
Who was in
writer,
the film?
Keanu Reeves,
No, writer. Who else?
Gary
All right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oldman. Gary
All right,
Oldman.
yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, that was cool.
it was like Count Dracul. Yeah, he was like, that was a good movie. That was a good movie. That was a good movie. The soundtrack was by Annie Lennox. I don't
Was
think
it?
that was from there, but she sang like a vampire song, like the love song for a vampire. It was in that movie. That's a good movie. Okay, what else? What other good movies came out? Armageddon, or Con Air, or Face Off. Which one would you pick? Armageddon, Con Air, or Face Off? You know what I would pick? The Rock.
The Rock is
Of
good.
course.
Isn't that another Jerry
I would-
Bruckheimer
The
film?
Rock, yes. The
Yes,
Rock is
it's
good.
another Jerry Heimer.
The
Those
Rock is
four,
good.
I could pick between Face Off, Armageddon. What was the other one? And well, Pearl Harbor's there too. I would pick The Rock. I think because of Sean Connery, of course. He was like, and it felt so
Best.
bad, man.
Best losers whine
What?
about their best.
Yeah. Wasn't
Winners
he like?
go
Did he
home
have
and
like?
fuck the prom queen.
Okay, what movie is what's his name? What was what's his name? The name of Nicolas Cage in Face Off? Castor Troy? Oh no, was that
Castor
Castor
Troy.
Troy?
Castor Troy.
Was that Face Off? Was that Face Off?
Yeah. John Archer and Castor Troy.
Castor Troy. Okay.
And
Can
The
I-
Rock was at Good Speed.
Yes.
Agent Goodspeed.
And
And he was like,
Agent Goodspeed.
whatever his girlfriend's name was, she was the prom queen. All right. So that was his line too. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Iceman
Like, she
dropped
was the
lines, I
prom,
mean-
prom queen.
Okay. Another one of my favorites. I saw it on the list, but if it was a top 10, I would include Total Recall. The original.
Yes.
Total Recall.
Sharon Stone.
Total Recall. Something about that
Schwarzenegger.
movie reminds me of my like video gaming younger years. So I love the movie. Total Recall. Was that big here? Was that a hit here in the Philippines?
Total Recall. I watched that.
Because
Very
if you
good.
watch it the first time, you get confused. What the hell's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah,
here?
that's true.
Who is he?
It was about
What was his
Mars and
name?
whatever. I forgot his
Yeah,
name.
what was his
there.
name there? Like, we don't even know what his real name was because, like, he was given a name and then he pulled out that thing from his nose and all of a sudden he was like free from the
Yeah.
control of the recall, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, it was like about brainwash.
I hated that
brainwash.
like part where
crap.
there was this old lady. It's like there's like a wig and all of a sudden like
Yeah, it's like yeah, that was him. That was actually him.
yeah.
Yeah. And the girl with the three boobs. The girl with the three
Yeah, the
boobs
girl
in
with the
Mars.
three
She was
boobs.
like a Mars girl.
Yeah, but then Sharon Stone was really hot there, and she was like doing those
was
martial
hot.
arts moves.
She was hot.
Oh,
And then
crap.
she came out in Basic Instinct after. I
Basic
think.
Instinct.
So,
Holy crap! Sliver.
yes,
Basic Instinct. Sliver.
Yes.
The Quick and the Dead.
Boxing Elena. Have you remember that movie? That was weird.
Boxing
That was
Helena?
weird
No,
movies.
no.
It's like I think it was anyway. All right. So Will Patton. Okay. That's the guy, the dad, right? So we were talking about the movies, our top movies of all time.
How about
I
Adam
just-
Sandler
I-
movies?
Okay.
Adam
What's your
Sandler?
favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Sandler movies.
Crap, let's-
50 First
Oh,
Dates.
50 First Days, of course. Yeah, I love that
Okay,
movie.
yeah.
But
No.
how about Happy
Oh.
Little
Gilmore?
Nicky.
Happy Gilmore.
No, mine would be. What's my favorite Adam Sandler? Raj, what's your favorite?
Mr.
Adam Sandler?
Deeds.
Big Daddy.
He likes
Just
Big
go
Daddy.
with it. Big Daddy.
He likes
Just
Big
go with
Daddy
it.
because
Just
of
Go With It
the
is good too. I love Just Go With It. 'Cause you know what I love
I like-
about Adam Sandler's movies?
Uncut Gems. Uncut Gems.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
so-
it's kind of
Did
The
you finish
Wedding
it?
Singer.
No,
How
not
can
yet,
you
not
forget
yet.
about The
Finish it.
Wedding
The
Singer.
Wedding Singer, of course. The Wedding Singer.
Yeah.
But here's
No,
the
my
thing:
favorite Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, he always
Hotel
picked
Has-
Transylvania.
the nice soundtracks.
Yeah.
Like he was
Yes.
saying, like he's like
Yes.
80s up to the early 90s. After that, nothing. Like that's his like. That's
And he
his,
always
music
has
library.
his best friend. You can do it.
oh, how about
No,
Dirty
you can
Dancing?
do-
Anybody watch
Rob
Dirty
Schneider.
Dancing?
Rob Schneider, right? Is always there. You can do it. Was it right? He was always there. Dirty Dancing.
Ula.
Time of my, okay.
Ula, he's
Best
Ula.
movie soundtracks. Best movie soundtrack. Dirty Dancing. Time of My Life. Flash Dance. Right? Irene Cara.
Dance. All right, yeah.
Best movie
What's the
soundtrack.
Oh, how can anybody forget the Mannequin? Ah, are you kidding me? The
Oh,
Mannequin.
yeah.
I
That's
love
a
the
good
original
one.
Mannequin.
What's
Andrew
the title? What's the song?
McCarthy.
I had the
What's the song?
biggest
The
crush on
song-
Andrew McCarthy. For
Wasn't
a
it
long
sung by
time.
Starship Troopers? Wasn't
No,
that sung by
Starship.
Starship
Jefferson
Troopers?
Starship.
Okay, not Starship Troopers. What was the song?
Starship.
Nothing's gonna
Nothing's
stop us
gonna
now.
stop us
And
now.
you can get ready forever. Oh. Okay, hold on. Let me think of a good soundtrack in the movie.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
The album that I
Oh.
actually paid for, like iTunes,
Look like an
is
Egypt.
What movie? What
Gigi.
movie?
I don't know if you guys know about that film. It's also like
Jennifer
my
Lopez?
top film. Gigi, no, that's Gili, right?
Oh,
God
I thought it
no.
was like the top flop
The
movie
big
of
flop. Yeah, the
God
top flop
no.
movie of all
No,
time.
no, no. I'm talking about the
Hepburn? Was
1958
that
film.
Hepburn?
No,
Was that
it's
like Hepburn?
Leslie Caron and Louis Jourdan. And he's
Okay,
like
hold on.
Louis Jordan.
it's a very
Is
weird
that like Girl from
age thing.
Ipanema or something? Is that what the song is there?
No,
The
well
girl from Ipanema.
there are a lot though, but
Okay.
it's one of those
My
things that
my
just play in the background.
Cobbler? No, we haven't seen the Cobbler. My favorite soundtrack on a movie. Ice, if you can guess this. You got the touch. You got the power.
That.
Come on, you know? You don't know? Come on.
Nobody knows.
Unicron.
What
he,
is that?
He died, passed on the Matrix to Rodimus.
Isn't that like Transformers
dies.
or something?
Yes, Transformers the movie. You
All right.
got the touch.
Ah,
You
right,
got the
right, right,
power.
right.
Okay, anyway. See, Ice is
But the
disappointed
cobbler,
me.
this looks
No, Love
interesting. The cobbler.
The Cobbler.
Whose life would you choose? Oh,
Crazy for you. Oh,
Ellen
God,
Barkin
Madonna.
is part of the cast. Dustin Hoffman too. Holy crap!
Dude, what Ellen Barkin, wasn't she like nude in some movies?
Probably,
Oh,
yeah.
no, it wasn't Ellen Barkin. It wasn't Ellen Barkin. It was another chick.
Crazy for You. What was that movie? Crazy for You. This was like an
Madonna,
80s
I
movie.
know. Oh
80s
God. Live to Tell. No, that's the title of
Live
the
to
song.
Tell?
No. Live to Tell is another song. And on and on and on and on and on and live. Oh my God, Ice. I'm sure you agree with me on this. Pinky, I'm sure you agree with me on this. Brilliant movie, underrated. They don't show it on Netflix. With honors. I
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
remember.
I love that
With
song.
honors. If you went to college, whether you passed with flying colors or not, you had to write a thesis. You
Joe
will
Pesci,
understand
right?
what that
And
means.
Brandon
Joe Pesci.
What's his name?
Brendan
Yeah.
Fraser.
What's his name? Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
Brendan Fraser.
What's his name? Doctor whatever is there. Patrick Dempsey was there. Patrick Dempsey. We had the chicken.
McDreamy.
remember?
McDreamy.
Yeah.
Yes, McDreamy.
Moira McTaggart was hot. Was it Moira McTaggart?
Moira
Kelly.
Kelly.
Moira Kelly.
Yeah.
Moira Kelly. She was so hot in that movie. Oh my God. Her hair was like this. She was kind of like Winona Ryder at the time, right? Oh my God, it's such a good movie with honors. Madonna had that song. I remember. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Also, a good
he
but
ended up
really
with
depressing film is Schindler's
He-
List. You guys remember that film?
Oh, that's so freaking sad. I made Raj
It
watch
is.
that. Raj was like,
It's depressing.
I don't want to watch this again, Papa.
Especially during the part like towards the end where he was like, this pin could have saved how many lives? He was trying
Yeah,
to
yes.
and enough.
And they showed the relatives
Yes.
paying tribute
Oh.
to Gray. Oh my God, to his
That-
grave, I think, right?
That was
The
twisted.
survivors, the relatives of the
Yeah.
survivors.
Oh,
are
it's
all
the
paying
movie
tribute to
Vision
his
Quest. I
grave.
found it. Vision Quest. Crazy for You.
Okay,
you seen
wrestling. I think that was Greco-Roman wrestling. This skinny guy, the guy in a Full Metal Jacket. That's the guy in Full Metal Jacket. Same
Charlie
actor.
Sheen.
If you watch, no, Full Metal Jacket. This guy was like kind of thin. He was really in a lot of 80s movies. I don't want to Google it. But he was in Full Metal Jacket. It's a wrestling movie. Vision Quest was like a college wrestling movie. Greco-Roman wrestling movie. Crazy for you.
Hey, talking about Moira Kelly, wasn't she Nala in The Lion King? The female
Is it
lion?
Moira Kelly?
Yeah, I think that's Moira Kelly. Let me see. let me
Really?
check. I think that
I
was
don't-
I think that's her. She's the voice. Obviously, she's not the lion, but
You mean the grown up one? The grown
yeah.
up one.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, actually, Moira Kelly. plays
That was
Nala.
Moira Kelly? Oh, I did not
Yes.
know that. I
Are you
didn't
talking
know
about
that.
And-
Matthew Modine?
Matthew Modine? Matthew Modine. Yes. That's the guy from Okay. Another one of my favorites, probably gonna be in my top 10. An Officer and a Gentleman. Come lift us up where we belong. You saw the movie, right?
guess.
Ice?
Yes.
Come on. It was shot in the
not seen
Philippines,
it?
the early parts. The early
What?
parts. Do you know who the actor was in the movie?
Richard Gere, right?
Richard Gere and Robert Loggia. Robert Loggia was like the dad. He had daddy issues, so he joined the Air Force. And then Lou Gossett Jr. was there, called him Mr. Mayonnaise, and he was
Iron
like
Eagle? Is it
trained
Iron
from
Eagle?
like this. Yes, Iron Eagle. He was like trained to be like this nothing, and he became like a freaking gentleman. And his best friend like killed himself because he decided he didn't want to be in the Air Force. But his girlfriend wanted to marry an Air Force guy, so she broke up with him. So his best friend killed himself. He hung himself, and he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna quit." And then Louis Gossett Jr. told him like, "Okay, you want to be a loser? You want to be blah 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 blah?" And he like pursued it, and he became a gentleman. And at the end, he went to when he graduated, he went to pick up his girlfriend. Oh God, what's her name? Excellent actress from the 80s too, beautiful lady. She works in a factory, and he walks in the uniform already, in
Deborah
like the
Winger.
naval uniform. Deborah Winger. He walks in a naval uniform, and all the factory ladies were looking at him walking, and he's like, "Oh my God, he actually did it." And it's like, because it was like a big deal for them to like date an Air Force guy, and now she's gonna marry one. And she was surprised to see him there, and he picks her up, and the movie song plays. Come lift us up where we belong.
Di ba love
Where
lifts
the
us up?
copyright wheels. What was that? What
Di
did
ba
you say?
love lifts us up?
It's just like doing second
What?
voice.
Yeah,
Hey,
that was-
another good film is The Truman Show. You guys didn't pick The Truman Show.
That's a good
It's
show.
a Truman Show.
That's the
Yeah.
first vlog. That was the
That's true.
first
That's
vlog.
true.
That's the first block. Yeah. True.
The first reality show, the first
No,
Big Brother movie.
No, that was like, yeah, Big Brother, Big Brother. Patrick says Reality Bites. Yeah, Lisa Loeb. That's right. I've never seen Reality Bites. And I've never
haven't
seen
seen it.
Empire
I've
Records
seen
either.
the cover.
Never seen Empire Records.
Like their
You have
poster as
not
well.
seen Empire Records?
I have not seen
No,
Empire Records as well.
I've never seen a girl like you before. Was that where it's from? Right? I've never seen Empire Records. I do like Pretty in Pink. I do like all those 80s.
16
like,
Candles.
like I haven't seen
16
that.
Candles?
Pretty in Pink. I haven't seen
Yeah.
16 Candles. Oh,
You're such a
Some Kind of
Stallone
Wonderful.
fan. Yeah,
Some Kind of Wonderful. Okay, go.
yeah. Eric
Go,
Stoltz,
go,
yeah.
Ice.
Some Kind of Wonderful.
Yeah.
Eric Stoltz.
Yeah, that was Mary Stuart
You're
Masterson.
such a Stallone fan. You did not
Okay,
even
go.
mention. You did not
What?
even mention one of
Rambo?
Stallone's nice. One of Stallone's movies that has a really nice soundtrack.
Okay, don't tell me.
Expendable.
Don't tell me.
All right, come on.
Stallone. Oh my God. That's not from there. What are you talking about?
It is.
You're talking about Over the Top?
No. What are you talking about? Not Over the Top.
What's the song in Over the Top? It's like Kenny Loggins, right?
Yes.
God, what's that Kenny Loggins song? Oh my God, is it Over the Top?
So hard to understand.
That's not a Stallone movie. What are you talking about?
Dude, you're not a Stallone fan.
Lock Up?
Okay, what movie is it?
Yes, Lock Up. Are you freaking kidding me? You don't know Lock Up?
That's from Lock Up? That's from
It's
Lock
from
Up?
Lock Up. It's from Lock Up.
I didn't know. I know a guy named
knows
Darwin
that.
Lockup. I know a guy named Darwin Lockup.
Ever since
Over
the
the Top-
world began. That's a song.
Ever
right?
since the world began, yeah, Jamie
since-
Jameson.
That was in Lockup?
Yes. That's why every time
was
that
in
plays,
Cliffhanger?
oh,
I know the Over the Top song.
it's nostalgia for me.
Meet me halfway.
Yeah, that's the over. Yeah, that's the over the top. That's over
Where
the top.
the beginning. Oh, Lincoln Hawks. Lincoln Hawks. I love Stallone movie. Yeah. He goes, "Hi, I'm Bentong. I'm Bonjing." No, man, that's true. He goes like this. He turns his cap, then he like goes like this. He wraps it right.
Such a BS. Yeah, Stallone, he really sells a lot of BS, man. But I buy the BS. I buy the
I know,
BS.
it's a lot of. I
Whatever
know.
BS is selling, I'm buying.
Me too, man. Cliffhanger. One of the first movies in Victoria Plaza was Cliffhanger. Cliffhanger. The funny thing with Cliffhanger was it was ruined by the spoof in Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
The raccoon was it the raccoon? Was it the raccoon? Holy shit! I was like, holy crap! Holy crap, Jim!
That was ruined. That was ruined. by Jim
Yeah,
Carrey.
that ruined it for me. I was like, damn it!
That's
Cliffhanger. It was like, I mean, that defined a movie for Cliffhanger. Yeah, that was like in the beginning,
Oh, my-
right?
oh.
That was in the beginning, right?
Oh, Empire Records has a Gin Blossom song. Really? Oh man,
As
that
Long
was
as It
back when
Matters?
Gin Blossom was singing everything. Oh,
Till I
was
Hear
it
It
As
From
Long as
You?
It Matters?
I
I
don't
think
know.
probably Allison
Till I
Road.
hear it from
we're,
you.
naming all the songs.
Till I Hear It From You. Yeah, we're
I
naming
think
all the Gin Blossom songs.
till I hear it from you. Is it?
Okay, good movie. Don, good movie. The Crow, Brandon Lee. It was dark. It kind of reminds me of New
It
Jack
was
City.
dark. It was his end.
Yeah,
Till
no,
I Hear
no.
It From You. Patrick said it's
Yeah, it was
Till I Hear It From You.
Till I Hear It From You. Okay, all right. From Gin Blossoms. Yeah, that Empire Records had a good soundtrack. I think they were known more for the soundtrack than the actual movie.
Okay.
Did anybody like the go
any Jean-Claude Van Damme movies that people like?
Bloodsport? Bloodsport was the best ever for me. It was Bloodsport.
Kickboxer or
The thing
Bloodsport?
with Van Damme films, they
Bloodsport.
kind of are similar, like to the point that you don't know which one you're watching because they're interchangeable at times.
Are you
Jean-Claude
Frank
Van
Dukes?
Damme?
Kumite, Chong Li, Chong Li, Chong Li, Chong
Tong
Li.
Po, Tong Po. It's either Chong Li or Tong Po. Like, holy crap!
Yeah. He had like
Jean-Claude Van
the
Damme.
death touch, the Dimak, right? The death touch, like he could break the brick at the end.
Which
and not
movie?
break
Which
the top brick.
movie?
Okay, let's do movie trivia now.
All right. Which movie that
You asked
Jean-Claude
one, I
Van
asked
Damme
one.
came
Big
out
Phil
first?
asked one.
And it was playing like a kickboxer. It was like an asshole there.
I know, no retreat, no surrender.
Jason,
I know that.
no retreat,
Yeah.
no surrender.
No surrender. Yeah, he was a bad guy. That's true. He was that. Okay. What was the first Steven Seagal movie?
Nico, Above the Law.
Yes, Above the Law. Correct.
course.
Very good. There's Out for Justice. There's Mark for Death. And there's all this
Nico
crap
Above the Law.
executive decision where he was only there for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Was it executive decision or was it Kurt Russell was only there for 2 seconds?
No.
Was it him?
He was there for it was Steven Seagal. He was there. He died. He played a hero.
Okay.
Boom.
Well, okay, what about that
Kurt
movie
Russell was
where
there
what's her
the
name
whole
from Baywatch came out with like topless and a cake?
Erica
She was
Eleniak.
in-
Under Siege.
Yes.
Under Siege.
Okay, Under Siege.
I love that
but
when
he was
she
there.
was doing this and like
I know.
I was like, holy shit, 10 seconds of it.
Oh,
Not even 10
we'll
seconds,
never
like 5
forget
seconds. I'm like,
that Yeah.
5 seconds.
Pause.
Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. Oh.
Pinky's like dying. She's like,
I'm sorry,
she's like allergic to
I'm
our
sorry,
movies.
I'm
Yeah, I know. Yeah, well soon, Pinks. You have allergic rhinitis, you don't.
Yeah, I do. It's the dust
Oh,
and the
crap.
everything.
Same here.
Yeah,
Same
it
here.
sucks,
I'm
really.
allergic to dust. That's why I don't clean.
I forget
Alright,
to
so,
mute
um,
it
That's
all
why
the
you
time.
don't clean. So that means
Pinky,
her
you gotta
house is
ask
really
us a
dusty.
trivia question because Iceman asked one. It doesn't have
Oh
to
my
be. It doesn't have to be
God.
martial arts. Iceman asked one. I asked one. You gotta ask one. Let's like make a trivia.
Give
thing.
me time to think.
Naked gun. So funny.
Naked gun.
Naked
Oh,
gun.
Naked
so
Gun
freaking
was
funny.
Bingo.
Oh my god!
Takes
You know
out a
the
bingo
beginning of
card.
the beginning of Naked Gun is funny already. You know when the cop car like goes and enters all these places, like goes into the ladies' shower. Woo!
The intro.
Airplane was also funny. The one with
Yeah, it was funny.
anything with
Airplane was funny.
Leslie Nielsen actually is pretty good. Pretty funny. If
Yeah,
you
they're
don't
all
want to
like- okay,
think.
what about-
That's hilarious.
What about Hot Shots? Did anybody ever watch Hot Shots?
I
This
did.
was, like,
I did.
before,
Charlie
like,
Sheen.
it was Rambo.
Yeah. They like all those.
It was
like, from
Rambo.
all
It
the
was Top
movies.
Gun. It was
Oh man.
yeah. So you have to be like good.
Airplane
with movie
had
references.
brakes.
Yeah.
Oh man. I was in high school. I think John and I were like in first year at that time. Hot
You
Shots
know,
when it
for
came
some
out.
reason, dude, that airplane scene where they're in the cockpit, it reminds me of a Pinoy movie where the guy goes, Mayday, Mayday. And this like guy goes, Mayday, Mayday. Ooh, you remember that? It's a scene of a Pinoy
What?
movie. I'm not
Rod,
kidding.
what kind of
There's this-
films are you
No, no.
watching, man?
No, do a research, people. Believe me. There's a scene where they're like on a plane, and one of the co-pilots or this guy with them in the cockpit
Quality.
was like had like
Filipino
he had like
come
hair
up
lip or something, like
with- I
cleft
know.
lip or something. And then
The
the guy was like, Mayday, Mayday, calling Mayday. The pilot was going like this, and he goes, Mayday, I mean, Mayday. Yeah, John remembers it. Happy Mayday. What movie was that from, John? I mean, it's a Pinoy movie. I mean, I'm not meant to offend anybody. It's a Pinoy movie. It's Pinoy humor. You cannot be sensitive back in the day. Everyone will get offended. It was just how Pinoy humor was.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean, you
Tito Vic and
remember that
Joey,
movie?
you know?
Yeah, I think it was a TVJ movie where Bimbo Rocco played
Sari Manok Airlines.
Sarimanok Airlines.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's a movie.
Is that the Mayday
Yeah,
one?
by Leo
Was it
Martinez, Arnel Ignacio, Jelly de Belen, Joji
Okay.
Isla, and Donita
All
That's
right.
Rose.
the one.
Okay. I think it was.
Mayday,
I'm
Mayday.
not sure if it's a TVJ movie, but it was. Demble Rocco was playing. Like Abuko vendor. Yeah, Abuko vendor role, and all of a sudden, like, oh, ito buko, sarap. This Demble Rocco.
Wait,
Or
Still Pinoy,
the
yeah.
the other TVJ movie where they were like students and one of the guys there was like the tatlong itlog and he was like sleeping but he drew a face on the head. He drew like a face on the head on his bald head.
It was
So it looks like he's going. It looks like he's going like this, but it's actually just a drawing on his bald head. And the security guard who drew like eyelids, like an eye on his thing, and then like whenever the gate opens, like his hand would just like salute, like it was just like tied to the automatic gate opening. Oh man, these TVJ movies. And then the my favorites, my recent favorites before they passed away. Well, I think Carding is still alive. I'm not sure, but those Tic Tac Toys, Michael Loco Toys, Ang Tatlong Tatay Kong Pakitong Kitong with Serena Del Rimpo, all those movies with like Bonel Balingit, Carding from Ray Cards, Babalu, and Redford White. When they were like doing the bote bakal, and then the Jaryo bote Jaryo, and he goes, magkano isang dangkal? Magkano isang dangkal? And then Babalu calls his son. He calls his son.
oh my God, Rod, sorry, I stand corrected. It's not Sarimanok Airlines. The airline is called Sarimanok Airlines, but the movie is called
Movie
Over
was?
the Bakod 2. And
Oh,
it's
the
available.
Bakod.
The entire film is
Oh, the
available on
Bakod.
That's
YouTube.
Andrew E.
Andrew,
So he
yeah.
goes like, they were selling that they were buying newspapers, right? So he goes, oh, magkano isang dangkal? And then the son of Babalu comes out. He was like this giant guy. I don't know if he played for the PBA or what. He goes, saan ang dadangkalin tayo? And his hand like, so it's not even gonna be one dangkal. And they're like,
What is happening?
oh my god, I love Pinoy movies. I mean, those were so. Man, I don't know. I can't get over like
that one. Yeah,
I can't
that
get
one.
over those movies.
That one. Yeah, I know,
Toys,
right?
Michael
But
Toys. I
then,
always watch that when it's showing.
who can forget
Tatlong tatay
Babalu?
kong pakitong
Who can?
kitong.
Yeah, who can
Which
forget
movie?
Babalu and Bunel Balingit? I think they were
Brownie?
together. No, like they were there. Oh, bakit ang mahal-mahal ng kuryente natin? Patayin mo nga yun. And the whole party went off.
They're actually paying for the whole barrio.
What?
Everybody was connected to them. Everybody was like illegal work. Oh my god. I mean, it's like if you watch these Pinoy movies from like I don't know if it's 2000s or 90s, it's just like, man, I don't know if you can't laugh at it, you got issues, man. I mean, I don't know. It's like they were so funny. Those Babalu movies were funny. Yeah, because Babalu was always pissed off. He was always like pissed off, and anyway. So we'll talk about Pinoy movies next time when you people are ready. Gabby said, I saw the movie. The funny thing was they were wearing a seaman's uniform instead of a pilot's uniform. He even remembers the film. Okay, that's Over the Bakod. Isang bala ka lang, FPJ. You know what? Every time I see FPJ movies doing that, I remember. Ice, you're muted, I think. I remember every time I remember what's his name, Joey De Leon in Pandoy. You know, like Joey De Leon tries to
Ang Pandoy, yeah.
He tries to imitate Fernando Po Jr. all the time. Michael and Madonna. Oh my God, Enrique Estos.
Tay. Pinagbintangan ba ako ng teacher namin na akong pumatay kay Magellan? Ha? Magellan or Lapu-Lapu? Halika, puntahan natin ang teacher. Was it Lapu-Lapu or Magellan?
I think it was Magellan or something.
Was it like, Ma'am, ito pong anak ko.
No, he didn't go. He said, ha? Ano pa sasabihin ng teacher mo?
Ano yung mga ang lola?
And then the Lola's like, oy, lalong hindi ako pumatay kay Angela. Puntahan mo kay teacher, kasapin mo yung teacher ko, tay. Ha? Bakit ako? Lalong hindi ako pumatay. And the Lola comes out, the Lola goes, hoy, tumahimik ka kayong dalawa. Umamin na nga kayo kung sino sa inyong pumatay.
Yeah, I think, because it was like, sinong pumatay kay ano? Ikaw, Michael. Ha? Sir, hindi po ako. That's why that was a teacher got pissed off.
Gusto ko makausap ang tatay mo. And the teacher said, gusto ko makausap ang tatay mo. It was like philosopher, right?
Right.
Hey, ikaw Zoom, tay. Kausapin ka doon ng teacher ko. Bakit? Tinanong ako kung sino pumatay kay Magella. Sabi ko, hindi ako. Lalong hindi ako.
Oh my God, these people. Yeah, I mean, they're you. I mean,
Rizal. It's Rizal. According to Don, he said, sino pumatay kay Rizal?
it could be, yeah.
Oh my
That's right. That's probably it. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
Oh man, these movies.
I know we're laughing at it. We're not even watching it. We're laughing already. But anyways,
Michael, hang on. Michael Madonna's with Manuel and
Pinky's too
Reynes.
smart. Yeah, Manuel and Reynes. He's like, he always wears his Michael Jackson outfit, and he was like enrolling in school. He has like a glove.
Still funny after so many years. Yes, actually.
Yeah, we really guess he's just funny, man. I don't know, but he was a big loss. He was a big loss in the industry for sure. He was one of the all the good comedians are gone. I mean, who's a comedian now? Bong Navarro, right? Vice Ganda,
dude.
Okay, who's the comedian now?
Andrew E made a lot of good movies.
Okay,
great.
Andrew E
movies,
was
man.
funny.
Andrew E.
Berwin Maley was funny. Those guys are funny. Bayani Agbayani's funny too. In a certain way, he's kind of funny. He has his own thing. But no more comedians, man. No more real comedians, I think. Tapos ang teacher si Paquito Diaz sa Michael and Madonna.
Right, Paquito Diaz. Oh my
God.
God.
He was always like wearing shades and trying to be like this like strict teacher or something. I think he was hitting on Madonna at the time or something like that. And they were like he was competing with Enriqueztas, something like that. So anyway, we'll talk about Pinoy movies next time. But okay, so my number one movie, Rocky IV. Iceman's number one movie is
American President.
And Pinky's favorite movie is Anastasia, which
no, it's not.
Based apparently.
It's not Anastasia.
Oh, it wasn't.
It was like the number.
It's
two.
number three. My number one is number 3 was Anastasia. Number 2 is LOTR, Fellowship.
What was your number one?
GG.
Did you even get to your number one?
I don't know, man.
GG.
Yeah.
What's your number one?
GG. Yeah. You mentioned GG. GG.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
GG.
of the soundtrack. She said you like the soundtrack.
Yeah,
Gilly?
it's a fun film. No, not Jilly. Gigi. I take offense when you say I'm a big Bennifer fan.
Bennifer.
Yeah. But it's an old film. It's just one of those, rainy day films that you just keep playing in the background, and it feels like home.
Society, Ice, is that in your list? Dead Poet Society, was it in your list?
Yeah, of course it is on my list. I mean,
I'll be on the top 10,
I love a
right?
lot of movies. Yeah. I cried. I cried a river.
Probably has like a top 100 because he has a lot of films.
I mean,
what's the movie that
my list?
What's one movie that made you cry?
There were a lot of movies that made me cry. Well,
Hachiko.
I cried like crazy. Yes, Hachiko. Oh my God, Pinky. Oh my God, that movie made me cry so bad. Oh my God, when he's like, when he finally got reunited, right? When they got reunited, and like he was like, were they both ghosts at the time? He was dead already, right?
Sachiko was the Richard Gere movie.
Film. Yeah, the Japanese movie. There's a place there, right? There's a shrine there for him, the dog.
Well, Sachiko's like outside Shibuya Station, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like a real story of this like loyal dog. Coco made me cry. Coco really made me cry.
Martin?
No, not Coco Martin.
Coco Chanel?
Provinciano fan ka pala.
Watch Coco Pinks. Watch it. There's a twist.
Hang on. Okay.
I'm not gonna, watch it.
Kind of not a big fan anymore of like the recent Disney releases.
Just watch it. Watch it. This is different. This is different. Don't lose faith.
Perhaps.
Yeah, we're done, right? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's going on?
We can't do the show that
Saturday?
we intended to do because something happened with the guest.
Okay.
So what are we gonna do? The charade. Are we doing the charade this time?
Yeah, we
Rod
can do
is
charades.
gonna
Yeah.
Because we did the
I don't mind.
Pictionary. We'll do the charade now, right?
Yeah, let's charades.
Rod's
Just
gonna
act
give
it out.
away
Game
more
night. No,
stuff.
Saturday's still game night, right?
Yes, I'll give away more stuff. Hold on. Let me check what I have here.
Yung plunger, maganda yun.
No, I like that. That's maybe. Hold on. I like the plunger though.
Right.
And we have like crap problems here. Mamala. I don't know. Maybe we can get sponsorship from Mamala. I don't know. Maybe we'll give one soap away. Bam Mamala. Follow her on Facebook. Hold on. Let me think. I'm trying to think. I'll think of something. I'll think of
Right.
something.
Okay. But we'll do game night on Saturday.
Oh,
sorry for
Ice.
short notice.
Your
Yes.
Inanak has a bike. He's asking
He
for his
already
helmet.
has. Already has.
He has a bike. Yes.
Where's the
Can you
bike?
your,
Show me the bike.
you
I need to see the bike. Show the bike now.
Yeah. Hold on. I'll get the bike. See, he's so. It's
Is he really gonna bring the bike?
I don't know.
The bike's here.
He probably will. Is that his bike or your bike?
Oh, it's his bike.
All right.
This is too small for my bike. There.
Awesome.
Is it a tiny BMX?
Congratulations. All right. Wait for your helmet.
You know what brand I'm gonna buy?
What?
Shui. Because his is Feng's. Mine's Shui. Feng Shui.
Feng Shui. Feng Shui. Feng Shui.
Yeah, he has a bike.
All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Thanks, man.
Okay. I owe you a
Thanks.
helmet. I owe you a helmet.
Okay.
All right. And those like pads. All right.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Nino.
No problem. Don't mention it. All right. Okay. So we'll see you guys on Thursday. We'll do a game night. Because I gotta go to this 24-hour
Saturday, you mean?
supermarket. Yeah, Saturday. So, what did it say?
Thursday.
Thursday? Did I say Thursday? No, Saturday.
Yeah.
Right. Saturday's game night.
Yeah.
We'll do a show
So-
again on Saturday because I have to get
Uh-huh.
something for snow for tomorrow because they're gonna do like a general cleaning before the summer. It's already
Mhm.
summer break in a week, so
Dapat
they're
sila
cleaning
yung
the
ano
whole
sa
school.
Japan.
Yeah, they have like summer is around July, mid
Do
July.
they pagpag the eraser too?
No, they don't. They have like those things for the eraser now. It's not like what we do before, right? Like we just do.
Pero paplorwan kon pod.
They do. They wipe the floors. So she needs to bring a toothbrush and toothpicks to like really clean the floor and stuff.
Wow.
So they will do a lot of cleaning tomorrow. So she doesn't have the towel for the floor, so I have to get her those towels at the supermarket. So
Can't you just
there's
use
plenty-
an old shirt?
I know there are those towels for cleaning. So it's
Wow,
everybody
naman.
brings that type of towel. So it's kind of weird if you bring a shirt, they'd be like, oh, that's not it. Like you have to bring a towel. And they look exactly
She'd be
the
the
same.
only one with a used shirt then.
Yeah,
or a
like,
good
hey,
morning
what do you
towel.
think? This is the Philippines. So yeah, I have to get that towel with her name on it. So I have to.
All right, then.
Oh yeah.
You have to do an errand. All right.
Okay.
So,
we're doing
right.
charades on Saturday.
On Saturday, yes.
People join us.
Sorry for the short notice.
Follow
Forgot
our
to tell you.
page. Follow our the OK Show. Follow us on YouTube. We don't like have any subscribers, but there's really nothing going on there except for the show being available for viewing there. If you miss out on it, you can watch it on the OK Show PH. Because I mean, sayang naman, it's being uploaded on YouTube and nobody's like watching.
Right.
So if you miss the episodes, you can watch it there and do subscribe. Because it's more convenient because all the episodes are there. Unlike if you go on Facebook, you have to scroll and look. But please follow our page too, and hopefully we'll get a
All right.
sponsorship.
Thanks
or
for
something.
joining us, peeps. Gabby, Jong, Jepoy. All right. So
CJ was on board.
CJ,
Your
yeah.
Tita Maribeth, of
all
course.
right, of course.
Your
Nico.
bro, DJ Nico, and who else do we have? We have Patrick, of course, and Borgie. Borgie was on
Borgie.
board earlier.
Yeah, of
He was like the
course.
first one, right? Borgie
right.
Go joining
So
us.
we'll see you guys
thanks,
on
Borgie.
Saturday for the game night charades happening with us three. Do we need 4 players or just the 3 of
I
us will
think
do?
so.
All right.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about it off air.
All right. Okay. All
We'll
right.
figure it
So,
out.
guys, thanks a lot for joining us. Fun to talk about movies tonight.
Rod, you're muted.
Is he muted? Oh, yeah, we
Oh.
can't hear you.
Your audio's off. I don't
Yeah,
know
your
why.
audio's off. Yeah, you're not muted, but your audio's off. Did you trip a wire or something?
Nope, nothing.
No.
Nothing, nada. And Ice has to go. Wow, right on time. 1:59. 1 hour, 59 minutes.
Oh, is it 1 hour 59 minutes? Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, 30
1:59,
seconds.
29. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, because we started a little bit late.
Cool.
Oh, Rod, we can't hear you, man. What's happening? Thanks.
Sao na lang ng brand new nga MacBook. Nothing. Nothing.
There.
Nothing. Yes, there. And you're gone again.
Yeah, but I'm not using my mic now. I'm using the MacBook mic.
Yeah, there you go.
So,
That's
I don't know what happened
there
to
you
my
go.
mic.
You're back.
Sounds like a
You're
MacBook Pro.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like crap.
No.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right,
This is
so
my
we'll see
real
you
voice.
Saturday, right? We'll see you Saturday.
will,
So thanks for joining
See
us.
you.
Enjoy the weekend. It's coming.
Yeah.
So yeah, just chill. My name is Iceman,
Rodriguez.
And I'm Pinky. Good night.
and we are out. Good night.